seems like everybody seems to like the M4 on that team.
Pretty commonly a well-revered gun in PUBG Mobile as well as PUBG. The M4, everyone's staple. And we've got a lot of players here today that like that as their favorite weapon.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we're going to see kind of that change up of the meta as the tournament goes on. We saw it in some of like North America, we saw it in Europe as well, where some teams were using the DP into the later stages of the game, and then it became very prevalent down the line, as it can be a monster when it comes to some of those snake battles, especially in third person.
I feel like the DP is definitely one of the most underrated guns. One of the things that I'm most curious to see is the differences in the different regions.
Yeah, definitely, and especially how all those metas are going to clash against each other as well. Day number 1 is really going to give us a good opportunity to see how these guys are going to play against each other. But for now, let's introduce 4 of our teams trying to become the world champion.
Meu nome é Wagner, conhecido como Fuse, e sou streamer.
Me chamo James Luquete Gomes, sou streamer do PUBG Mobile.
Meu nome é Gustavo Felipe Andrade Prado, ID é Zodic, tenho 19 anos e sou jogador da BRK.
Bom, o que eu espero com esse campeonato é o crescimento, tanto na minha área de streamer quanto de jogador profissional, o crescimento que isso vai me trazer, proporcionar, né?
Me sinto muito feliz e principalmente muito orgulhoso por ter chegado até aqui, porque muita gente...
Olha, a característica principal do nosso time é ser um time muito estratégico. Nas partidas que a gente ganhou, em todas as partidas, a gente chegou na última save com um time completo, vivo, ninguém caiu nenhuma vez. Então a gente é muito estratégico e a gente evita trocação no começo para poder ganhar no final.
É rushar. Se a gente sabe que tem um squad num certo lugar, a gente corre lá e tenta... O nosso ponto forte é tentar pegar o máximo de kill.
Bom, eu sou o capitão do time, minha posição no time eu sou mais agressivo, gosto de fazer o rush, passo as cal pro time também e também cuido da administração também.
Principalmente a Uzi. E vamos supor que eu sou um cachorrinho do time, onde o dono aqui fala ali e eu corro e faço aquilo. No meu caso, o humor, a gameplay com o humor. Eu misturo muito os dois. Sim, normalmente quando a gente trabalha, a gente faz um stream, uma live, né, muito longa, agradecer a todo mundo aí, principalmente aquelas pessoas que mesmo assim apoiaram a gente e falaram, vocês vão chegar na final.
É uma comunidade muito grande, a gente é muito grato por todos eles que estão sempre suportando, sempre dando suporte para nosso trabalho do PUBG Mobile. A gente veio preparado para jogar, vamos buscar o título e que vença o melhor.
Galera, fica ligado, BRK chegou!
Tamo junto, Brasil!
الاي دي ام 7 الكويت، العمر 25 سنة، المهنة طالب.
الاي دي ماجد 09، العمر 24.
الاي دي في صالح، العمر 17، المهنة طالب.
الاسم خالد العنزي، الاي دي كاريزما 3، المهنة اخصائي مخطط.
والله اوكي. متوترين احنا باللعبة. لا لا اقول ايه ولا لا كيف؟
لا باذن الله نحقق هذه البطوله انا وفريقي ويحالفنا الحظ ان شاء الله.
هدفنا طبعا تحقيق المركز الاول بصوره مناسبه.
اول شيء كانت تجربه رائعه ممتازه، يعني فيها عده اشياء كجرافيكس، هذا اللي حببني في اللعبه وخلاني يعني كادمان في اللعبه.
احنا مقسمين الادوار بيننا حتى اذا طاحوا اللي قدام يتغلبون عليهم.
يعني مثل ما قال الليدر حقنا الثانيين، الاشخاص الثانيين يعني زي الحمايه لهم. والله صراحة يعني إن شاء الله كبداية مثلا بزنس.
يعني السيارة هي الأهم مثلا عندي، يعني هي اللي أحب السيارات يعني.
لكل حادث حديث.
فإن شاء الله نقدر نفوز. إني أستخدم العقل قبل المهارة وراح أتغلب عليكم بعقلي.
We are PG Gamers.
My name is Gank Angry. I am from Dallas, Texas, and I stream PUBG Mobile on Twitch and YouTube for a living.
Endgame name is Gankazute, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a student.
and PUBG Mobile is now like a part-time job for me.
I'm Everfury. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm a student as well. My passion is making video games.
I'm from Eugene, Oregon, and
I feel amazing, and I never thought that something like this would ever happen.
The most attractive thing about PUBG Mobile is being able to play with all your friends and with 100 other real people. I feel so lucky to be here. It's like a dream. I never thought we could have come together to play a video game as friends and as family.
So much going on. When we're making our rotations, there were so many teams around us shooting at us. We made it to a certain location.
We were at Roz.
Yeah, Roz. It was at Roz.
I remember the blue zone was right on our back as the zone was closing in. I let Zute and Angry push up to the ridge as I stayed back, and I made sure that no other team could flank them from the left. The first day in North America, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge, our biggest competition was Team Gates. I managed to take down 2 of them with a grenade instantly.
Adaptability, knowing when we get put in a hard situation.
In those matches that we did lose to them, because the amount of teams that were rotating, that were coming around us, fighting us.
Have fun, yeah, I would say.
Put our team on the map and put our region on the map.
We are representing North America.
Gang Stars, baby!
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm 28 years old. My in-game name is Hot Jukes. I'm from Poteet, Texas. I'm a farmer and also a winery owner.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, aka Outsider 9K. I am 23. I'm from California.
Hi, my name is Jesus, aka Siga. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Red Bluff, California.
Hi, my name is Dylan. My in-game name is Lucifer Baton, aka Lucy, is what everybody knows me by. I'm 26 years old. I'm a critical facility engineer from Northern Virginia.
Yeah, so this has been incredible. You know, where I live, we don't really have an opportunity to use internet because it's not available on the farm I live at. So mobile gaming has just been kind of, I've always loved gaming, so it's like this has been an opportunity to play a competitive game where I live. So yeah, you know, it's just incredible to be able to do this.
I think it's a really good thing to do, to have the world play against each other. I mean, that's really exciting, especially from North America. It's exciting to fly out, and it's a good opportunity to show the world what the US has to do, or has to offer.
I think my most memorable moment was when it was the last game in LA. During the end, that's when you start pushing up, start wiping out Gang Stars and Cloud9. So we showed up at the end and just showed ourselves.
In Erringale, the map that we play in these competitions, our favorite drop spot would be South George. So if any team here likes to drop there, I say go ahead, go for the challenge. As a team, we've always been known as an aggressive playstyle team. So that's probably my favorite playstyle. But we understand that at the end of the day, placement points play a huge factor in these tournaments.
To all the other teams competing here at the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge, I got one thing to tell you guys, and that's when wildcard comes knocking at your door, don't peek. Easy claps.
Gets me every time, and overall, though, great to hear from some of our teams coming in already. Let's talk about some of these teams, of course. Gangstars is a team that we're very familiar with when it comes to actually seeing them during the North American Championship. For a lot of people, they were one of the favorites over there. They weren't able to completely get that top spot. They already mentioned that Team Gates was one of their highest competition, but they've come here with a bit of a roster change compared to the North America.
Indeed, they are missing one of their top players and in-game caller, Beowulf, and shout-outs to him at home, unable to make it due to school, but they are still a very formidable team, some of the best gunners out there in North America, and these guys, I'm really curious to see how that strategy continues to evolve without Beo calling the shots over there.
Definitely, that's a huge one. Beowulf is just going to go ahead and be so much of a miss for that team, but they still have a very, very strong team, and they're always pretty much, they start off hot. I want to go ahead and see how they start off today and also how they go ahead and continue through the tournament, because it's something we saw on the NA finals. They started super hot, and then towards the second day, they just slowed down a ton, and then Cloud9 was just pretty much able to pass them on points and get first place.
Yeah, very rare that we see that kind of first day from a team in terms of PUBG Mobile. At least. Sometimes we see it on PC, sometimes it happens there, but not so much when it comes to PUBG Mobile, and that was amazing for them to start things off. Another team, obviously, that we just saw there as well was Wildcard Gaming.
Indeed.
They come in, one of them is usually very hot with the Dukes and does very well for himself. And as you mentioned before, they're one of your dark horses to potentially do well here.
I see them doing well. They're a team that has really good chemistry. They're some of really talented gunners from North America, and they're aggressive. They're not afraid to shy away from a fight, and it was concerning a little bit in the tournaments leading up to this one that, you know, maybe they're putting themselves in some hard positions, but they seem to come out on top time after time, getting those squad wipes, and we'll see if they do that here today.
Yeah, just talking about being aggressive there, actually, I believe on day one of the NA finals, they pretty much just kept getting killed or kept getting third place, but they weren't able to go ahead and start securing those first places. And then on the second place, they just pretty much riled up. Hot Jukes got super freaking hot and riled up his freaking team, and they were able to go ahead and secure their third place. And as you mentioned earlier, they did get the most kills of the NA finals.
Yeah, they definitely did. Whilst we just saw Gangstars is there as well, we mentioned that Beowulf isn't here, but the person filling in for him at this tournament is Pyra, who is part of the original roster anyway.
He's no scrub by any means. Pyra's a very, very talented player. I'm really kind of curious to see Angry, how he picks up the reins, like if he's really going to go out and just absolutely tear people apart. He's a very good fragger, definitely well known in that regard, and I'm really curious to see how these guys perform on the global stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and something to look out for is chemistry, right? With Pyra being one of the original ones, they don't have to really worry about chemistry because they've been playing together for so long, and that's something that we saw a little bit of the teams that were playing previously on regional finals, not even NA, maybe in Asia too. They just didn't have the chemistry quite there, but it seems like they've been practicing together, and from what we've been able to see here on rehearsals, it has been wild.
Speaking of wild.
No pun intended right there.
No, indeed. Oh, look, he knows he's on camera already. Of course he does. Anyway, regardless of the facts, that is Wildcard Gaming here looking to also represent North America. And that's two of our big North American representatives that we've talked about. Who else round things out as well with Cloud9, who used to be Team Gates, coming into this tournament, picked up by Cloud9, one of the most successful esports organizations on the planet. So it's pretty good for them.
Definitely. It's a very well-known, reputable organization. They picked him up for this final tournament, and Rolex and Squad are going to be looking to do the same thing they did in the last tournament, which is set the pace early, come out, get those kills, and I'm really curious to see how they compare to some of these vaunted teams from Asia. We hear a lot about the Chinese teams coming in, about the teams from Korea, the Thai teams, unbelievable stuff, and then also we've got Team BRK here coming in from South America.
BRK pretty much with Baraka, they just, from what I was talking to them, the little that I was actually able to speak to them, because I don't really speak Brazilian, Portuguese, they were pretty much telling me Pochinki is their way to go. So I want to go ahead and see if they're able to go ahead and control Pochinki. Is any other team going to go ahead and try to challenge them throughout the days?
Well, they also mentioned that they're a very aggressive team, and I think that throughout the qualification process, we've seen that really pay dividends, haven't we? Because of how many points you get from kills.
Right.
Those teams that have got the amount of kills, even if they've not placed necessarily highly, have actually racked up a good position.
I think my number one most favorite thing that I'm looking forward to today is all of these teams that have come here, for the most part. They're the top teams in their region. These guys are the aggressors. They're the ones that aren't scared of anybody. They're going out, they're fragging, they're killing. But so are the people across from them and next to them. And they're not necessarily used to playing in a different meta. Like the meta game could be different in Asia versus North America versus Europe versus South America. Really excited to see how these styles blend together. And then we talked about the drop location. South George, Wildcard invited a challenge over there, and they said they'd be up for it. Well, there might be some other folks out there that eyeball South George. Will we see some fights early? Because there won't be those gentlemen's agreements that typically exist when you're playing with teams of the same region.
Yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to the most, right? Because I'm pretty sure the teams went back and did review of everything that happened.
They have to,
and they more than likely know where they're going to go ahead and land. I want to see if teams that are used to it, are they going to go ahead and challenge it? So I'm hyped for this.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Just to keep you guys updated here a moment, we are waiting for a small brief moment here before we get into the game. However, I'm getting word that the game is indeed ready for our exhibition match. So let's talk about Sandhawk, because Sandhawk is not the map that we usually get to go to here in these tournaments. Normally it's all Erangel, but we're going to have our 8 streamers alongside the PMSC teams playing on Sandhawk to just figure out, get a bit of warm-up and kind of gain their footing here for the first day.
That's right. Get those fingers moving, get the blood pumping on mobile. You see our 8 streamers here on stage. We got Fulu Punch, Honduras, Keytank 18, Shobosuke, Hala Sheriff, Xeon, Julio, and Desha Torn Lex. That's who we're seeing here on stage. They will be participating with all of our teams again on Sandhawk.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be in for some aggressive, fast-paced action. Will they be eliminated in the first 8 seconds?
Boy.
Or will they be able to progress a little bit deeper into the game?
It pretty much comes down where they're going to go ahead and drop, right? Because if they drop on boot camp, if you don't get a gun right away,
within 2 seconds.
Yeah, just pretty much try to hide in a corner and and wait for somebody to kill you, because you have to find a gun really, really fast in those kind of hot areas. Or maybe they can just go ahead and try to land in cave, which cave is still interesting, PB. Tell me about it.
Cave's a giant hole in the ground. You've got to be really precise with that landing. You can kind of hide down below. You jump in anytime from up top, land a nice pool of water safely.
Sure,
some decent gear in there, but high risk.
Yeah, definitely. And I think sometimes I've seen cave finishes where one team's on the top and the other teams are inside. That doesn't end well. That's a bit weird, to say the least.
Yeah, just when are you going to jump, guys? When are you going to jump? You're just waiting. Easy pickings.
Who's going to try to jump in the water pretty much? And as we can see right there, Sandhawk just coming out on June 22nd, 2018. And it's, as we were mentioning, it is one of the smallest maps in the game. 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers, and the action is just pretty much phenomenal. So make sure you are ready to see a lot of action packed.
Indeed, one of the most popular drop spots on the map is boot camp. Large-scale military boot camp directly in the center of the map. This place is hot. If you want some action, boot camp is the place to go. If you're an aggressive player, this is definitely one of the top spots, and the one thing that's great about Sandhawk is there's more loot.
And important to mention, some of that loot is very different to what we see on things like Erangel and Miramar, right?
It definitely is, because we have the QBC and the QBU now in the game, and that's only exclusive for Sandhawk. So I want to go ahead and see some of these players that they are just pretty much, they know that they're going to be playing Erangel, which those guns are not there. Are they going to go ahead and try to use those, or are they just going to try to go ahead and use guns that they're going to see in Erangel, like the M4 or the AKM?
I think most of these guys are pretty comfortable handling their weapons. You got Paradise Resort, Campon wrapping up some of the most popular spots on the map, and one of my favorites to drop, Ruins. A very, very fun, layered palace here where you can find some great loot, but there's always a squad ready to drop on top of you.
Definitely. I think one of the scariest things from people going into Sandhawk as well is kind of foliage coverage, right? Trying to find a spot and not necessarily engaging in kind of sniper wars, which can be a bit difficult because of the way the terrain's structured, right?
Indeed, lots of rocks, lots of trees, lots of grass to hide in, and it can be a little bit hard to see depending on the weather.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time to get into game number 1. It's our exhibition match for day 1 here at the PMSC Global Finals 2018. I am going to hand it over to Powerbang and Seven Worlds Gaming for all the commentary for game number 1.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Sandhawk, the exhibition match. Who is gonna go in and win it? Let me know, you watching at home right now, comment below, because you might just get a shout out.
Indeed, we've got the Star Challenge Global Finals exhibition match, game number 1. And look at this, what do we do at the beginning of each game?
Oh my gosh.
You gotta drop out of that plane.
That plane though, that plane, it actually made me look back the first time I saw it on the screen.
Oh, it's right there behind us, over our head. And what do we got dropping out? That is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Sponsoring the tournament, thank you guys for that exhibition match. We are ready to rock. So we've got Galaxy Doo-Doo on the plane. We're going to be watching, looks like Evo SX here as we get ready to drop in over Sandhawk. 88 total players alive at this point in the map.
Yeah, and this is just for the exhibition match. After this, it is going to go ahead and be only 80 players per match. And look at that plane path right there. We're talking about boot camp. It pretty much went straight down boot camp.
Indeed, you got a lot of players that seem to have scattered away from the central part of that plane path, seemingly playing it a little cautiously. They want to live a little longer and have fun with this exhibition match. We do have some folks going to boot camp in the middle, though. And what is this? We got teddy bears?
The teddy bear, that is right. That is interesting, actually. And the weather is actually interesting on this match, because from what I'm being able to see here, it's more than likely going to be rainy. Something to go ahead and keep an eye out, because sound just plays such a huge part of this
Wildcard
game.
on the board already,
Hot
wiping out Torty. Looks like Hot Jukes and also Lucifer getting a couple kills and knocks right off the bat.
And right here, we just pretty much see Kawhi just waiting patiently, and look at that. Wildcard just pretty much trying to get their skills off the bat, trying to warm up, trying to make sure they are ready for the games that are going to go ahead and matter. Once again, this is just an exhibition. So it's pretty much going to be Bunny versus Bears. Okay. Ooh. Look at them. They're just waiting patiently, and it is TPP, which means third-person perspective. So you are going to go ahead and more than likely see people do that a lot. Just wait patiently, and oh my goodness. Oh! Look at that. Hot Jukes just coming in and saying no. And Hot Jukes actually gets taken out right there by Torture. Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Torty is absolutely bringing it to wildcard. They're trying to stay alive right now. Lucifer holding down the fort. Looks like they're a little bit short on weapons right now, trying to just maintain while they get picked up by their team. It looks like Seagut, one of the best close-range players out there, has been knocked, and he is out of the game at this point for wildcard. Switching over to Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. They are also sitting here in boot camp trying to use the trenches to their advantage, and then they're going to be looting up, hopefully for an engagement here shortly.
And Hot Jukes was able to get picked up, and now he just pretty much needs to go ahead and just find help as soon as he can. And look at this engagement here between Cloud9. They're trying to figure out where this team is at. They're waiting patiently. They already got the QBC, which we were actually mentioning here, and this man has at least a level 1 helmet.
Indeed. Sam from Cloud9 looting up. These guys running around trying to get position here on GG Gamers from the Middle East.
And Sam just waiting patiently for somebody to peek. He has that M4 ready. He also has some bandages in case he takes some damage. Look at that. He knows exactly where he's at now. Will they go ahead and push, or will they go ahead and just wait it out a little bit? Because usually we really don't see that much engagement right off the bat unless this happens right here. Two teams land on the exact same spot, and they're just trying to take them out as soon as possible.
Kind of a little bit of a feel-out process here in this exhibition map. You got Cloud9, Rolex, and Carnage starting to push compounds here, and look at this. Kuwait getting off a shot on Carnage. Gets a severe chunk of damage on him. Carnage is going to try to patch himself up, but now both teams definitely aware of each other's presence, and they've narrowed down where they're hiding.
And look at that. Somebody... Ooh, Sam, there you go. Sam pretty much was just waiting for somebody to peek just so he can go ahead and fire that M4. And now he knows. He pretty much knows that they're just waiting it out. What's interesting, actually, is that Cloud9 does have somebody right next to them on the buildings to the right-hand side of your screen. So something to keep an eye on that. And as they're going to go ahead and try to engage now, it might be Rolex there trying to go ahead and shoot him. They're just trying to feel, they're pretty much trying to see what everybody's trying to do. This is a feel out. Oh, here comes, he's actually going to go ahead and stun them. Is he going to jump out as soon as the stun goes off? He's waiting.
He's waiting.
He's not going to go for it. He does have a smoke, though, if he wanted to.
Sam and Kodo acting as scouts out there, kind of watching the building, make sure nobody leaves. It looks like
there goes a Molotov. There definitely goes a Molotov right there.
C9, Kato, and Sam getting hit hard right now. Sala is absolutely doing work there from the building. It looks like GG Gamers has a superior position right now. They are holding down the fort, and it looks like they're challenging C9 to come at them or leave.
And the interesting thing here is that GG does have the height advantage, right? They are going to be able to see him. If they move at any moment, they're just going to go ahead and try to be able to just throw any nades or anything along those lines. And just an overview here of the map for you, where all the teams are at. If for some reason you are new to PUBG Mobile, they need to go ahead and be inside that white circle. If they are not, they're going to go ahead and start taking damage. And as the game does progress, they will start taking more and more damage.
A couple shots there. Rolex and Carnage trying to make their way up the stairs. Here comes the push. They do get the knock, and he's going to finish him.
Somebody is behind them. They are going to go ahead and turn around. Here goes Rolex. They're pretty much trying to hunt him down. Now they have to reload. They come back up. It's pretty much a cat and mouse here.
Another finish from C9. Great teamwork there as they basically exchanged fire back and forth while each other took cover and reloaded. And we move our attention back to boot camp, where Wildcard is still alive, and they're going to be going up against Korea Winter Chicken Dinner.
And just to remind you, if you are just for some reason tuning in, Wildcard did lose a player earlier because they got into engagement super early. Luckily for them, they were able to round up and finish off that team, and also pick up Hot Jukes, which it seems now he was able to go ahead and get enough health to his advantage. And look at this grenade right here. Oh baby, is that gonna go ahead and get anybody?
He's on the other side of the wall there, pretty close, but great shot there. Definitely saying, hey, we're here, announcing our presence.
They know they're in there, and Wildcard is very, very outnumbered here by just one, but that can make a huge difference, especially if they all decide to go ahead and push there at the same time. I think from what it seems like everybody has already looted this building. Just everything. There's nothing on the floor.
They're just trying to make their way out of here safely at this point, but they're pinned down. They're going to have to battle their way out. They're comfortable with that. And Wildcard, no stranger to playing with 3 players, actually winning a couple of chicken dinners, minus a man in the North American Finals.
They definitely done so. And Hot Jukes there with that level 2 helmet was a little bit damaged. So more than likely, he is going to go and try to find some. And right here, LH doing you. Taking some shot there at Evos. They're not going to be able to see him because they got some snakes on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. They don't even know where they're currently getting shot from.
So 2 knocked right now from Evos. Evos coming in from Thailand, a really, really strong team that everybody in that region was watching out for, finishing 2nd overall in Asia. Evos pinned down and in a bad spot right now. LH still you doing absolute work, but returns fire. TDZ goes down.
And there you go, Evos just starting their rotation and being able to go ahead and finish them up. There is still 1 alive from what I was able to see there. What is he going to go ahead and do? Is he going to challenge? He is. Look at this madman. He's just going up by himself. He doesn't realize that there was also somebody there to his left as well. He just pretty much got on number.
He did. Evo's really, really low on health and a couple of guys knocked, but they were able to persevere there, getting the squad wipe. They will come out on top there, and they will be able to patch up and have all 4 members moving forward.
And check out this circle right here. Boot Camp. We also got Painan, and Cave is barely inside this safe zone.
Indeed, RRQ Athena up on the ridge here, hiding behind trees. They're looking down, getting ready to take on, it looks like, GT Doyu.
GT Doyu just trying to get into that car and just get out of there. It seems like they do not want to engage this early. They actually played that really, really good. Just getting behind that building, getting inside, and just getting out of there as soon as possible. They say, no, this is way too early to go ahead and engage, and that's completely fine because they want to go ahead and just save some of those, everything that they have until the end. And look at this fight right here. CPT just pretty much trying to take up that car. They did not want them to go ahead and escape like we just saw that previous team do.
Really nice job to the Comfortable Penguin team here. These guys locking in 3rd place in Asia, and they're going to be going up against Team Japan here. Really, both teams here very aggressive. Taki getting hit with a grenade there from range. He's going to toss one right back. Not intimidated whatsoever.
And they're just pretty much waiting patiently here. They're actually taking some damage as one is currently down.
We got Salt Chia here pushing away around. He gets the knock here. Nice job. He's going to get knocked in return. And look at the push coming out, and Comfortable Penguin team absolutely making short work of Team Japan. Team Japan will go out early here. They're the 2nd team eliminated, and it looks like 18 will be remaining at this point in time. 69 left alive, and here we turn our attention to one of our stream teams, and it looks like we've got Xeon here with the QBZ.
QBZ being able to spot one. There goes one down. Pretty much, I'm not able to really see that name, but Sion just trying to push forward.
Look at his health!
Oh my God,
my goodness.
1 HP. 1 HP, and he's just winning out that little snake, and there you go. That's it for him. He does get taken out, and that's the team, actually. That whole team got taken out and wiped.
That's right. Stream team is going to go down. They will be taken out. Really nice work there from Illuminate from Thailand. Those guys absolutely peeking that ridge, taking them down. And it looks like right now we're going to shift our attention over to Team BRK. They're down to their last hope. Only 1 player left standing.
Going up against Fandy, and look at this right here. He does have a vector. He is able to go ahead and take one down. He has to watch out. The other team might go ahead and just
Katarina Suki absolutely destroying in the house, getting a couple of finishes here. Baraka taken down. This is our all-female team that is here, full send, and they are representing so far. Fanny getting knocked. Nice flank there from Zod. Zod working his way around, going to get the finish here with the Vector.
Fandy definitely not able to see any of that, and Caveira pretty much gets taken out. Interesting play there by BRK. He decided to go ahead and...
Third party, Carnage is rocking him with C9, looking down from the top of the ridge here. Really good third-party play there from Cloud9.
And as you can see there on the minimap on your top right-hand side, they're now starting to push. They're now starting to surround that building. And here comes Cloud9 just trying to get them easy claps, baby. They're going to go more than likely go ahead and push this. They look behind the door and just absolutely destroy that man. Now they just go ahead and need to find the last player for full send, as Rolex is just pretty much trying to loot up as much as they can. They just came in and got some easy kills.
It was a smart play, man. They took advantage of two weakened opponents, and they were able to get in and get the job done, wiping both squads there. Kodo finishing off Katarina Suki. Really impressed, though, with the play of full send there, taking down South America's top team. Really, really nice job to them and Team Fandy.
Yeah, that's definitely a surprise, honestly, to me. I was not expecting that. I thought BRK was going to be able to win that engagement, but full send coming in hot. They're I want to go ahead and see that next game
let's
now.
See it. Let's see some more from them. We got Hero officially here for Team Hero, and it looks like they're going to be taking on the comfortable Penguin team here.
Ooh, that grenade,
nice.
That Kobe, baby. Hero, that was a very, very nice grenade, and now they have to go ahead and watch out. As now, the only thing that we do have to the team start worrying about here is getting third party, kind of like what we saw with Cloud9 full send.
Look at the flank. Look at the flank developing right now. 762 coming around. Look at that.
Gosh,
beautiful job.
The Groza just pretty much being able to go ahead and destroy Hero. That might be it for his team.
They got Kenris up on the hill. Kenris is up on the hill with Foxer. Those guys are absolutely lethal as well. But man, what a clutch flank there from 762 coming around, just sneaking up on them. They were trying to pick up their teammate, and oh my gosh, that was it for those guys. Kenris and Foxer here.
They're trying to heal him up as soon as they can. If not, that is going to be it for them. They are wearing the the bear suits. Getting confused here between this team, which they are actually wearing the bunny suits. They're just waiting patiently. They don't want to move yet. They want them to go ahead and push. They're using that third person to their advantage.
Yeah, we need to see the map here shortly, but we've got Foxer basically holding serve here, waiting for 762 and his team to push out of the compound, and it seems like the comfortable Penguin team is trying to do just that. They've got a good position, but it seems like they're trying to hop the wall and head towards zone.
Will they be able to get it to the zone before it moves? Actually, they are already in the zone. Check out this shots right here. He's able to see him. My goodness, the aim on
Great
this man
there.
with the M4, the recoil control, and he's trying to go ahead and finish him up. That is it for that team. They actually got third party there by TTN, and he still thinks that there's still somebody there. He didn't notice the kill feed there. They're pretty much gone.
Wow, that was really good stuff there. TTN coming on hot, third partying once again, and that's something that we're just seeing a lot right now. And you can see the Galaxy team getting clapped there by C9. They're going to knock a whole bunch of them, and just like that, they wipe them out.
Cloud9 already racking up the kills with 9 kills. Keep in mind, this is the exhibition match. Once it's not an exhibition match, they are going to be getting 15 points per kill.
Indeed. Right now, it's just kind of a warm-up. Players getting used to it, and we're going to see some streamers doing work. A couple of them already eliminated here, but we do have TT and Anand here, scoping in from distance here, AK with a 4X.
Ooh, waiting patiently there. I heard that sniper rifle. They're moving in smart, actually. They're going from rock to rock. They're making sure they don't get caught out in the open. And as I say that, somebody does get caught out in the open, but as soon as he hears the shots, as soon as he actually gets tagged by one, he finds a tree to hide behind.
That's right. The Terror from India hiding behind the rocks and the trees right now, trying to make their advance. CPT from China holding court here, basically hiding behind the walls, making it very difficult for the Terror to advance.
They're saying, no, not yet. We're just going to wait here a little bit more. And Amit there pretty much left his head out for a little bit too long and was getting tagged from a different team, actually.
That's one thing I've noticed about all of these players is the aim is really on point so far. These guys are not missing shots when people are showing their bodies at all. They're getting hit hard. So it's very, very evident the skill of all of these players at the Global Finals.
Look at this. Who is going to go ahead and make a move here first is pretty much what it comes down to sometimes, PB. Who is going to go ahead and just decide, you know what, now is the time to move, as we actually see a brand new zone. And look at all the teams that are currently outside of that zone. Ooh, hiding behind that car. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. This man with the AWM, that is it, baby. Evos just takes him out as he starts getting shot from the right-hand side. He's going to go ahead and start just moving away from that. He knows that he might be getting third party here, and he's like, nope, not yet.
Evo's Bull Shark staying alive. He's been knocked once already, but he's able to stay up. It looks like Terror has gotten the AWM shot on CPT as well on the other side of the map. Lots of action going on, but look at this. We've got Bull Shark focusing in on one of our stream teams, so good stuff.
And Bull Shark now is starting to head towards Cloud9. Now, one thing that I actually like about Bull Shark here, besides the AWM that he does have, he also has the ghillie suit. You can only go ahead and get that ghillie suit from an airdrop, and somebody just pretty much destroyed with the QBC and the QBU as well, putting in a show here. Angry, getting some kills as well with the M4. My goodness. Get ready because the zone is starting to get a lot smaller. and this exhibition match might end fairly quickly.
Indeed it is. Cloud9 and Bigatron going up against each other right now. Bigatron from Indonesia absolutely laying waste to carnage there. They are going to start to rotate now, leaving some of the squad left alive. We also saw Gangstars and RRQ Athena, two heavyweights, going at it, trading some knots, but let's see how that finishes up here. It looks like Bigatron pushing up the hill here into the zone.
Oh,
this is
waiting
madness.
patiently. This is gonna get crazy. GT is now starting to push from the right. He decides, you know what? Let me just back up a little bit. Let me go ahead and see if I can find a different angle. Now he's pushing. He knows there's gonna be a lot more people, so he has to watch out. He says, let me get these kills real quick. Easy points, and there you go. He actually gets shot by a snake on the ground.
Trading knocks back and forth. You can see, looks like Bigatron lobbing in grenades from distance, trying to protect their teammates, as well as drop some smokes to cover them. And then in from the distance, we've got GT Doyu. We've got Ed there with the lethal M4 and 4x combo, just laying waste to all of these guys in his way.
And a trend I'm starting to see here, all the teams that don't have the height advantage are pretty much getting destroyed. If they get seen from anywhere, that is it for you. They're gonna start raining fire, which pretty much makes you move, and there might be another team up on higher ground that's gonna go ahead and see you move and destroy you as well, as we see right here.
He's been discovered. You can't hide like that.
Talking about it, my goodness. If you have the high ground, you're pretty much in a great position right here.
That's right. Ed picking up his second kill. GT Doyu is up to 5 kills as a team, but they've got the high ground, they've got the position, and they are going to try to hold it as C9 comes across the street.
And something to watch out here. Rolex making sure he starts taking those painkillers, taking those energy drinks. He knows he's gonna need them. He hears all those shots. And look at here, Evos knows exactly where he's at. He's waiting patiently. He's saying, you come towards me. He does have the AUG as well. This man is looted out of his mind. Level 3 helmet, level 3 vest. He just pretty much needs the level 3 backpack there to be level 3 out of his mind.
Arab Madness working their way into the circle as well. It looks like they still have all their players alive, so they're going to be challenging here shortly. We got Angry rotating around, Angry with very little health on him. He's going to try to patch himself up. He did escape the fight there for now, but Pyra getting chipped away at as well. Gangstar's in trouble.
And GTQ just waiting patiently. Look at this man right here, trying to figure out where they're going to be coming from. Carnage, it seems Carnage is already taken out, so Carnage is more than likely going to go ahead and try to give him some intel where he thinks the other teams are coming from. Everybody just laying down. You do not want to be seen at this point, especially if you're laying down, because from what we've been able to see, everybody has really good aim, and if they see you laying down, that is it for you.
Indeed, that's something that's very high risk, but potentially high reward in that you keep your life if you're not seen. But right now we've got Arab Madness that Kodo did see one of the members running up the hill. He's onto him. You can see him flanking around here. And Kodo is one of the most aggressive players in North America. He's going to let his gun skills talk for him, but here he comes.
Definitely aggressive, and he's waiting for a shot. There you go. Now he actually didn't keep shooting.
He thought he got the kill and he stopped shooting.
He waited, which might actually put him at a disadvantage there. He was able to get one kill. Now he's getting, oh my gosh, he gets third party by his team coming up from behind, being able to give him some backup. Cloud9 here on an interesting spot. They need to go ahead and get out of this. They need to get to the safe zone.
Not a spot they want to get knocked, and as the zone's closing in right now, you can see it on the mini-map, upper right, they have very little time. It's closing in, it's about to meet the edge of the zone, and there's sheer madness going on right now. Bull Shark Evo's making his way up the hill, getting shot by GT Doyu. Really awesome to see these guys clash.
Is going to go ahead and, oh my god, he's barely there. He actually gets taken out. This GT, OU, pretty much, they're in a great spot right there until the
hard shift.
This hard
on the
shifts
zone
are going to be insane.
Got a hard shift on the zone. Almost all the teams in a very poor position. They're going to have to work their way through each other. And check this out. Wild cards, still all of them besides Seagut from the beginning left alive. They're going to escape. 4 teams left alive. You got Illuminate. Looks like we've got RRQ's going down right now to the play zone. That's tough.
Yeah, that's something you don't like to see, but sometimes it happens even when you don't want it. It happens to the best of us. And right here, look at them. They actually got the 2-car strategy. Interesting plays there by them, as Wildcard was going to go ahead and start coming in. Is Wildcard's going to be able to go ahead and see him here? Lucifer pretty much being able to hear the cars. Is he going to go ahead and take some shots? I don't think he was. He decided to wait, actually. He said not yet.
I don't think they knew they were there. They knew that GT, Doyu, and it looks like CPT are going to battle it out. 2 Chinese teams. They are doing work, but look at the third-party action that's going to be coming here shortly from Wildcard.
Yeah, Wildcard is on a great spot right there. If they're able to get down. And as I said that,
they got
they're
discovered.
getting third party.
Illuminate from
goodness.
Thailand up on the hill. Did see them. Got some beautiful shots off there. M4 with a 6-time, and down Lucifer goes. Wildcard eliminated in 4th place, and it's down to the Asian teams as they will see who's going to be the top dog here in the exhibition match.
And CBT here on a great spot. They're pretty much on opposite ends of each other. They're pretty much saying who's going to move first here. The smokes are going to go ahead and start coming out, and that's something you're going to see a lot on these games. The smokes that these people are able to go ahead and throw and plan out, it is absolutely disgusting in a good way.
In a very, very good way. Now, which way will the zone go is the question. We've got a bunch of teams holding a pretty safe position for the most part right now. But 2 on one side of the river, you're going to see these guys probably thin each other out first. We've got GT Doyu looking at Illuminate, and they are firing from adjacent houses right now and waiting to get that first knock so they can push.
That grenade there worked for him. He's going to go ahead and throw another one. Oh, he actually misses it. He has to run away. You don't want to get knocked down there by your own grenade. That kind of backfired a little bit. I think if you would have maybe actually made that grenade through, he more than likely would have pushed.
Shoshu is down, and we also have JCZ down from Illuminate. CPT third party, and from across the river you can see 762 out, and there is the hardship that we spoke of. 2 of the teams in the proper position. 1 team in CPT is not, and they've got to run across that river. Very dangerous, but they're going to try to do it early while the other teams are occupied.
Definitely. This is the last 3, ladies and gentlemen. This man has an AKM, which is actually a very good gun for this scenario right here. Making sure he pre-fires in case somebody does speak, and he's more than likely gonna go ahead and try to get those kills. He actually decides to wait as he's trying to go ahead and get those shots from the people that are inside the building.
Oh,
look at that, he gets third party. Oh my
Echo
gosh.
Gems goes down from inside the building. JCZ trying to provide some cover. We've got GT Doyu still on the outside right now. This is just impressive play from all of them. We're down to the final 2 teams. It looks like CPT has been eliminated in 3rd place. GT Doyu taking on Illuminate from Thailand.
GTOU actually having the numbers now as Illuminate pretty much lost a member right there. They're going to wait patiently. Great grenade there once again by Illuminate. They do take one down. Are they going to go ahead and try to push right here as he's just waiting waiting as long as he can. And look at this play right here. GTOU gets taken now with the AM4. Are they going to go ahead and try to jump through that window? He does. He's going to go ahead and start pushing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming to the end of the match here. GTOU waiting patiently now, starting to get inside this zone. Is he going to try to pick up his teammate? Oh my God, he sees him. He sees him. He's trying to heal up and then engage. He's moving too much though. He's not going to be able to go ahead and heal up fully. GTOU.
Oh, this is crazy.
GTOU just going for the positioning. Now they're starting to rush each other. Here we go, the M4 versus the M4.
Oh, look at that. Illuminate getting the snap, the win there at the very end. Very, very impressive stuff from Thailand's national champions. Really, really fun game there, 7. What did you think of it, my man?
Boy, let's just say if that is gonna pretty much be the pace of the next games, I am so ready.
I'm so down.
Teams came in hot, and as we saw there, even though Wildcard lost a player there towards the beginning, they were still able to go ahead and, you know what, they said, all right, we're gonna play smarter now. We're not gonna go ahead and push as much. So I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna go ahead and react in the upcoming games.
That's that, yeah. Illuminate taking the exhibition match to start things off. Impressive stuff from them. And overall, looking at how Sandhawk played out, a lot of aggression very early on in just kind of isolated areas. Just teams here, teams there, just having like that 1v1 kind of face-off at the very beginning.
Right, there was a very slight lull in the middle of the game, but overall a very aggressive, a very action-packed game the entire way through. Knocks from the very beginning by Wildcard, and then all the way through to the very end. You see Illuminate here, your champions of the exhibition match, coming out on top. These guys are used to finishing first.
Yeah, and he came down there to pretty much a 1v1, and they were able to win it as GTOU was just trying to run away, get his health in, but for some reason, he just kept on moving. He wasn't able to actually get that full health in. I wonder what was happening there.
I mean, it's very rare you end up in those circumstances, right? It was, both teams were kind of still alive, but 3 were down on each team in the same building. So a very hard decision to make, I think.
Hey, definitely. You saw them kind of struggling with that decision. Do I revive? Do I let him go? Sure would be nice to have an extra guy on my team right now, because you know there's only one left on the other side. But ultimately decided to go out, take his attention, and knock him down at the rock.
Yeah, that's something more than likely we're going to go ahead and see in different teams, right? They're just going to go ahead and sacrifice a player or whatnot.
Definitely.
Very cool stuff. Also, at the very beginning of the game, I want to kind of talk about some of these things chronologically. Cloud9 versus GG Gamers. It's very impressive, and it's got to be a little bit of a confidence boost, I think, for Cloud9 to take a team 4-0 in that situation very early on in those kind of tense moments where you're going in 1v1 against a team.
Definitely. I especially like the fact that they were able to win that fight, even though arguably, I think GG had the superior position being holed inside the compound and all together. You saw Cloud9 split 2v2. Had GG pressed the action a little bit, they may have been able to pick up an outnumbered situation. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Rolex and Carnage able to push up the stairs and really do a nice job in tandem, alternating their fire back and forth so that there was always some sort of suppressing fire coming down onto GG Gamers.
Definitely. With Cloud9, another thing that we actually saw there is they were able to third-party a lot of people. They were able to pretty much just come and clean up kills and just start racking up the kills, which is going to be a huge thing in this tournament.
Definitely. And we can take a look at some of the highlights from that game, of course. There's plenty of kills here, there, and everywhere. We saw a lot of edge play that got exploited, I feel, especially by a team like GT Doyu as teams were coming in, easily able to kind of clean them up in certain positions.
Lots of edge play there, firing across the map, and you saw GT Doyu. I thought that it might be a little bit risky to play that way, especially with some of the hardships we see oftentimes on mobile. However, they had those cars there towards the end, and as it looked like Wildcard might catch them and actually be able to take them down before they made that final rotation into the last zone. They got in the vehicles, 2 of them, just in time, made their escape, and that made their edge play all worth it.
Just in time. If not, Wildcard more than likely would have been able to go ahead and get those kills. And you know what? We can talk about it pretty much all day. Why not? Let's actually go ahead and see some highlights here from the first exhibition match.
Highlight number 1 is a plane flying directly through the arena. We've got Evos and LH doing battle at one of the supply drops right off the bat. Flare called in, and these guys did battle. Snaking it out in the grass. LH getting the upper hand, but the tables quickly turn. Not able to finish off any of the Evos players. Evos turns it around, squad wide.
And Bullset right here, one of the surprises actually of this match, Bullset being able to go ahead and take out some people from BRK, as BRK lost a lot of players, and later we saw Cloud9 just came in and cleaned up house.
Zod, the hero there, keeping his squad alive, but he's only a hero for the next 15 seconds. Cloud9, third party, and coming down from the mountain, wiping out both of them.
And Sam with the M4. My goodness, does that man have a name? And look at this man right here with another M4. We're seeing a lot of M4s from that match.
You know, with the amount of QBZs available on the map, I am, a little bit surprised there is not more variety, but the M4 definitely the weapon of choice. Look at this. The 6 times on the M4 from range. Wildcard getting taken down in 4th place. Top finishing team from North America there.
And Illuminate pretty much just being able to go ahead and clean up when they needed to go ahead and clean up those skills. They know that that team was going to have to go ahead and push towards the zone, and they were able to secure those skills. And right here, if you peek, they are going to go ahead and get you. And GTOU just getting some amazing kills there as they see people peeking in the 1v1 towards the end, securing that win for Eliminate.
Great position from 6 God there. GT Doyu unfortunately forced out of the zone, and he's got to confront him, probably not on his terms. That ultimately cost him. You can see Illuminate finishing in 1st place there, GT Doyu in 2nd, and then we've also got the comfortable Penguin team from China wrapping up your top 3.
All important though that this being an exhibition match, none of those points matter towards the overall standings.
It was fun. It was some warm-up. You got some great streamers involved. Shout out to all of them who participated. Hopefully it was fun going up against the pros. I know that would have scared me a little bit.
I tried it once. Not again.
Well, guys, let's hear from our winners who are over with Valdez on the stage.
Thank you, Calaris, for handing it over to us. I'm here with Echo from Illuminate Gen Z. They just won the exhibition match, and it was a fun one, down to the wire, it really was. So, how do you feel after winning that first match here tonight?
ก็รู้สึกดีนะครับผมก็ถึงมันจะเป็นการแค่ซ้อมแต่ก็ทำให้เรามั่นใจในการแข่งขันจริงก็เราจะทำให้ดีที่สุดครับเพื่อคนไทยครับขอบคุณครับ
I feel so glad that I win this match. Though it's a warm up, but I will try my best in the following game.
Okay, that's fantastic. So you are one of the teams here from Thailand. There's 3 of you representing the Thailand region, and it's very well known that you guys are fantastic at PUBG Mobile. Do you have confidence that you can represent Thailand and perhaps win the entire thing for Thailand and for Eliminate Gen Z?
ก็มาแข่งในนามประเทศไทยก็รู้สึกมั่นใจนะครับ เพราะว่าเราเป็นตัวแทน1 ใน 3 ทีม เราจะทำให้เต็มที่ครับผมขอบคุณครับ
Our team feel very confident because we are on behalf of the Thai, so we will try our best.
Okay, that's great to hear. Thank you so much for having this interview with me, and congratulations, and I hope you all the best for the next matches. You guys can now return to your seats, and we'll hopefully see you up here on stage next time as well. So guys, we're going to have now a special presentation from our Tencent Global Publishing Center General Manager, who has a few words to say to you guys tonight. So please welcome Vincent.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vincent from Tencent Games. Today, I'm so excited to see so many people of you attending the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals here in Dubai. Thank you. Since 2007, when PUBG launched PUBG Mobile, since PUBG was launched last year, Tencent Games has worked closely with PUBG Corporate to develop PUBG Mobile. In just 6 months, PUBG Mobile became one of the most popular games in the world. And I would like to take this opportunity to walk you through the journey of PUBG. And I would like to say our success will not be possible without your support. Within just 1 week, PUBG Mobile has been #1 download among more than 100 countries in the world. And I think this is like a very proud record for us. And after 4 months of launching, we got more than 100 million registrations. After 6 months of launching, PUBG Mobile became one of the most popular games in the world in terms of monthly active players. Besides all these numbers, PUBG Mobile has also been nominated for a lot of global gaming awards, which I'm so honored. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to announce something more, that PUBG Mobile has more than 30 million daily active players in our games. And we have more than 200 million registered users globally. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It wouldn't be possible without all your support. In the future, with the support of our partners like Google, like Samsung, we're going to continue to build more contents, and also we want to build a better quality ecosystem that you will have better enjoyment and you will be proud of PUBG Mobile. Today, I would like to take this opportunity also to use a video to show you the recap of what's going on with PUBG Mobile, and please enjoy. Thank you.
PUBG! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at? Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠어요.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile.
就看不是很热。
我们是中国队里边最帅的，所以我们用这个
到这边心情感觉很不错啊，然后感觉这边天气跟国内都差不多。
좋은 성적 꼭 거둘 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다.
또 UGT加油! 대한민국 화이팅!
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals for 2018, as we have completed our exhibition match, and soon we'll be moving on to the main portion of the tournament itself for day number 1. My name's Kyle Lars, I'm your host, and to my left-hand side, as always, we have Mr. Powerbang and we have Seven Worlds Gaming. Gentlemen, though, we're going to wrap up what we thought about our exhibition match overall. It's always nice to get to see Sandhawk, I'll be honest. With the smaller map, you get a lot of action very quickly.
Definitely. We've had a lot of talk about Sandhawk so far. We got to see it in action here this last game. Again, really impressive gameplay from pretty much everybody from top to bottom throughout that game, and it was nonstop the whole way through. One team I want to give a special shout out to, and that's Full Send. Really impressive stuff, taking down a really good opponent. Yeah, that was definitely one of my surprises. As we pretty much mentioned that earlier, is Full Send was able to go ahead and take out some of the best players from South America from BRK. That's something we did not expect at all.
All right, well, we are ready to go and get things ready for our main tournament as a whole. So before we do that, let's introduce 4 more of our teams that are going to be trying to become world champion.
안녕하십니까. 저는 유광현이고 게임 닉네임은 삐에롱을 쓰고 있습니다. 직업은 열심히 구하고 있는 중입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 ROK 저스티스라고 하는 선수고요. 고등학교에 재학 중인 학생입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 리퍼 세븐이라는 닉네임을 사용하고 있는 대학생 조문기라고 합니다. 제이점은 김정준입니다. 게임 닉네임은요. 지금은 서울 중 1등하고 내 정도 실력이 있는 15멋이
네임드들 잘하는 분들이 약간 초반에 일찍 어디서 다들 없어지셔가지고 근데 무도한 실력이라는 말이 있기 때문에 네, 그것도 어떻게 보면 실력이지 않았나 하고 혼자 생각해봅니다.
대회를 하면서 진짜 2번 눈물을 흘렸는데 예선에서 이 두 번째를 이기했을 때 진짜 너무 안 좋더라고요, 마음이. 마지막 라운드 때 그 포인트를 먹어서 딱 16점으로 막차를 탔는데 진짜 그 순간이 너무 좋았던 것 같아요. 저는 우는 거를 저 너무 억울할 때 그때 좀 눈물이 나서
저는 첫 부분을 먹고
네, 내 캐릭이요?
저는 당연히 4위라고 생각합니다.
아니 샷과 자신 있다고 해서 가슴이 많은데 저스티스 선수는 제가 알기로는 이제 좀 잘 쏘는 선수여서 생각 없이 그냥 막 뛰어다니는 선수로 알고 있거든요. 그래서 이 선수 어떻게 하지 했는데 몇 번 맞춰보니까 괜찮아진 것 같아서
프로 게임 팀이 많은 C9이 좀 그래도 짝과는 어느 정도 자신 있기 때문에
만나면은 꼭 이기도록 하겠습니다. C9 컴온. 우리나라 주제에서 온 거니까 가는 데까지 가보고
목표는 뭐 그냥 간단하게 우승입니다.
게임하면 한국, 배틀그라운드 하면 한국 아니겠습니까? 열심히 해서 1등 하겠습니다. 화이팅! 코리아 위너 치킨 디너 야!
Team Emeralds from IGN, we're from the US. Carnage from Cloud9.
Cloud9, I'm a pro PUBG player. My name is C9 Sam, I'm from Canada, Toronto.
So, anywhere you go, whether it's school, work, anyone either knows about this game or plays this game on a daily basis. It was good. We understood that we still have to stay focused. It's only halfway through the competition. So. We actually didn't party, unfortunately. What we did was study the other regions. We know that there's good squads from other regions like China and Thailand. We watched their Star Challenge. We studied the game, we took notes.
We win all the time and then I expect us to win. Just normal.
The Korean guy on our team, he's the best player for sure. He's not only the best gun player, but he's a very intelligent player in the game. He kind of guides us on where to go, where to locate ourselves, how to position ourselves, and he definitely puts us in the best possible position to succeed.
Sam, he's a strong player overall. He's a good. We're ready for the Dubai. Check us out play.
Probably Evo, because we drop at the same spot sometimes.
RRQ and Gangsters, our rival. All the teams out there, watch out for us. We're coming home for that trophy.
Yeah, we can take them out easy clap.
We've watched each and every one of you play from your personal YouTube accounts. We've studied your gameplay, we know your locations, we know where you drop, and we're coming prepared for this tournament.
Minimum expectations is first place for our team. You know, we're not expecting second or third or fourth, it's just first. Let's go.
ผมชื่อนัทนะครับชื่อในเกมชื่อบูชาครับมาจากประเทศไทยนะครับเล่นตำแหน่งเป็นลีดเดอร์แล้วก็สไนเปอร์ครับเป็นคนคอยสั่งเกมให้กับทีมนะครับ
ชื่อเจครับมาจากประเทศไทยชื่อในเกม EVOS JC ทำงานวันนี้มาเล่นเกมโดยตรงนะครับเป็นเกมโมบาย
ชื่อแจ้ครับมาจากประเทศไทยครับชื่อในเกมก็ SPACEX ครับผม
ชื่อเอิญครับมาจากประเทศไทยชื่อในเกม EVOS นี่ครับผมทำงานเป็นนักเรียนครับสนุกครับได้มีสภาพด้วยแบบได้เปิดโลกกับสังคมในเกมอีกอย่าง
ครับก็อยากสัมผัสเวทีระดับโลกครับผมพอเปิดรับสมัครพวกผมก็เลยสมัครเข้ามาแล้วก็ได้ผ่านเข้ารอบมาถึงเวทีระดับโลกที่ดูไบนี่ครับ
รู้สึกตื่นเต้นที่ได้เจอหลายๆทีมหลายๆประเทศก็ได้มาระดับโลกด้วยกันครับ
ก็มีว่าจะนัดกันไว้จัดปาร์ตี้ไปเที่ยวในประเทศไทยครับในบ้านเรา
ผมเชื่อทุกคนนะเพราะว่าเราขึ้นมาเป็นคำว่าทีมนะผมเชื่อมันทุกคนก็ได้หมดครับเพราะว่าทีมเขาก็เป็นทีมที่น่าเก่งพอสมควรดูจากสปอนเซอร์ข่าวนายแล้วหลายๆเกมอะไรเงี้ยทั้ง CSGO ทั้งอะไรน่าจะพอสมควร
ก็ต้องยิงให้หมดครับแต่ถ้าเกิดคุณยิงไม่หมดคุณก็ไม่รอดครับ
เป้าหมายของทีมผมก็คือเป็นแชมป์โลกครับ
ก็จะทำให้เต็มที่นะครับอย่างที่ครอบครัวได้ฝากไว้ครับ
ก็ครอบครัวเขาบอกว่าให้เต็มที่ครับขอให้เราเต็มที่กับการแข่งขันนี้ก็ฝากถึงเป็นแฟนทุกคนนะครับไม่ว่าเป็นแฟนนิวหรือ RQ อะไรนะครับฝากเชียร์ได้ครับมาแข่งขันนี้มาในนามทีมชาติไทยนะครับส่วนหนึ่งก็อยากให้ฝากติดตามเชียร์ทีมชาติไทย3ทีมนะครับจะเอาแชมป์โลกไปให้คนไทยทุกคนแน่นอน
EVOS
Number 1
الاسم طلال سالم العنزي الاي دي AM نايت
وليد تركي عنزي الاي دي AM كينج
الاسم طلال تركي العنزي الاي دي AM العنزي
عبد العزيز تركي العنزي الاي دي AM بربروسا شبه كان مؤسس قبل البطولة لكن كنا نلعب بطولات محلية ما كنا نطمح لبطولات عالمية وحصلت لنا الفرصة ان نشوف اعلان تصفيات للشرق الاوسط تقريبا اسسنا فريق 4 شهور استوحينا الاسم من طريقة لعبنا لأن احنا أكثر التكتيك اللي نلعب فيه طريقة هجومية فريقنا منظم من تقريبا أسرة احنا أسرة يعني اجتماعية جدا فالمشاكل هذه ما تدوم يعني ممكن خلال الجيم تصير مشاكل بسيطة جدا يعني ما يعني شيء ينرفز الفريق فمجرد لحظة يعني
كونها بطولة عالمية ومستويات صعبة احنا نطمح نكون من أول 3 كوننا نمثل السعودية ونتمنى نحصل أول 3 باللعبة نفسها.
مثل ما قلت بالأول حابين نرحب جميع المشاركين بالبطولة وحنا شعب مضياف كل شيء لكن بالبطولة ما راح نكون متساهلين وراح نوريهم الوجه الثاني ونتمنى أننا نتفوق بالبطولة إن شاء الله أن نجيب مركز طيب.
Them's fighting words from Arab Madness coming in here and trying to put the other teams down as we get into the main tournament itself. Once again, Powerbang as well as 7 Worlds here joining me to get into our main tournament games, which are going to be on Erangel. And I'm very excited to get back onto Erangel here to find out who is going to be moving on into the big points. And I want to talk to you guys about drop spots, potential drop spots. There is plenty of room for 20 teams here. However, there are certain locations that favor more more loot than others, I would say.
Certainly. There's some really popular drop spots on the map. You're going to see northern Georgia Pole. You're going to see places like Pachinki and Novorepnoye. And these are common spots dropped by a lot of these teams. They have their favorites. Whether or not they did studying of these other teams remains to be seen, but there's definitely some teams that like to drop in the same spots. So look for potential action early as these teams feel each other out. You saw in those intros right there, both Arab Madness as well as Evos. Oh my goodness, they had some supreme confidence. They're coming for you.
Yeah, and BRK and the Terror, the team from India, actually, I saw that they both like landing in Pochinki, so I wonder if they're going to go ahead and try to go for that on the first game. And I want to see if they continue to do that. If maybe Terror takes out BRK, is BRK going to decide, you know what, maybe it's not best we go to Pochinki for the next game?
Sure, and obviously you, Mr. Pachinki King yourself, I get it, you're excited about Pachinki, that's fine, I don't mind. But a place like Pachinki, we've seen be able to house 2 or 3 teams without conflict initially, but it's then when they're now looted up in North Pachinki, East, West, that they then clash because there's a limited amount of resources in terms of things like cars, for example, that you have to kind of try and get if you need to rotate.
Pachinki is not super car friendly. It's got the one in the garage, and then other than that, you may get lucky with one on the road there. So if there's a lot of action early, it could be difficult to find some transportation. But another thing about Pachinki being right in the middle of the map, a lot of teams will loot up their desired location and then head to Pachinki as kind of a second spot to drop into. So you might find another fight on your hands before you're ready for it.
Yeah, and just what you mentioned, it is smack down the middle of the map. So if you're able to pretty much go ahead and control that, you're going to be able to move freely through the map depending on what their circle is. So something to go ahead and keep an eye on. And as we're seeing right here, just Pachinki actually. Relative adaptant items. That's actually pretty too. You don't see that much really good guns there. You don't see that like level 3 helmets, level 3 vests. That's something you definitely don't see at Pachinki, but you do tend to see a lot of action, at least just on pop stomping.
Both Pachinki and School find themselves at central locations in the map, 2 of the easiest places to rotate from, as most often they are always going to be in that first circle, so teams can loot up in peace as long as they're not dropped on by other squads, which tends to be fairly common.
But a lot of the locations are on the external factors and limiting factors of the map, and one of those is Millie Base, which can be notoriously difficult to rotate off.
Military base is my favorite, personally.
It definitely is, and as you mentioned, it is very difficult to rotate because you either go through the 2 bridges or you're more than likely going to go ahead and just pretty much get on a boat and try to go through, but then you have to worry about guns like DP-28 and just pretty much getting blown up.
All right, gentlemen, well, without further ado, it is time to get the main tournament ready here and going for game number 1 of Erangel. So, 7PB, take it away for game number 1.
I'm excited. It's time for it to count, baby. These games will all count towards the standings. Who is going to make their mark on the global finals first? Who's going to get that first chicken dinner served up here in game number 1?
Who's also going to go ahead and strike first? Because keep in mind, now every single time a team gets a kill, that is 15 points to their tally. So you're going to see more than likely teams trying to finish off anybody they see down, even if it is third party them. And look at that right there. Round 1, ladies and gentlemen, of Erangel.
Brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. We're going to be taking a look at some of the best teams in the world. A lot of respect for one another, and we have a whole lot of really, really solid players represented from all over the place. We saw in last game the skills and the shooting skills of all these guys with any type of scope. Red Dot, 6X, doesn't matter. These guys are beasts.
Talking about military base, some people could actually go ahead and go military base from here, and they could also go Novo. Now, teams that like to go Georgeport, more than likely what you're gonna go ahead and see is you're gonna see teams getting into a car with no loot whatsoever and just driving up to those areas so they can loot up as much as they can.
That's right. You've got, speaking of kind of map position here, we talked about the choke points in the 2 bridges on the southern part of the map. Very, very difficult to transition between the middle part of the map and the southern part, and the zone really dictates when you have to rotate. Now, the northern part, while it is a little bit segregated, it's not nearly as segregated as the southern part. The northern part has probably 6 different routes to get across, so it's unlikely that you're going to be camped there on the bridges or the land passings up there by Stalber.
And it seems like nobody wants to go there, just Naya or Mansion, which can be quite divine. But a lot of teams, look at this. A lot of teams going there to military base in Novo, and oh my goodness, look at that view.
You saw the players all up there. You're going to see them get knocked out one by one. We'll see how quickly they want to keep their face up on that board. I'm having a feeling.
And BRK here right behind Team Terror from India. Terror decides, you know what? I see a team behind us. Let's just not go there. And BRK actually not going to Pochinki. Interesting plays there by him. They're more than likely going to go ahead and just try to play it safe from the get-go, see where all the teams are going to be landing, and then just try to adjust their strategy. That's more than likely something we're going to see from a lot of teams here.
Hey, PUBG, can we get Watertown's name on that map there? It needs some love. Watertown, we absolutely love it. So we're going to see some people looting up here. We've got BRK from South America all alone.
Watertown, I actually don't see many teams looting here. The loot quality is not up to standard, and as I say that, he does find pretty much an MP9 and a Tommy gun, which those guns can be really, really good up close. And talking about, was that Wildcard and Fandy already gonna go ahead and just pretty much find it out? Full send?
We'll see. We've got some action here. It looks like Wildcard dropped into Primorsk down in the southwestern part of the map, and we also have some company down there. Hot Jukes and Seagut looking out the window at Fandy. She's thinking probably the right way. Let's get the heck out of here.
And Fandy already has an AKM. Oh my goodness, she's looking out for some action there. You can't peek for too long, because as Hot Joke said, if you peek, you're more than likely gonna die, especially against Wildcard. So it's something to go ahead and take a look at. And look at this, Cloud9 decides to go Yasnaya instead of Novo. That's something that I have not seen them do before.
Novo was definitely a ways away, and then we're going to have to compete for a car to get over there. As you remember, wow, here we go. We're going to transition to action right away. Outsider putting some really lethal shots there onto Fandy, and they are going to advance and try to press their advantage here.
Fandy more than likely telling her team, you know what, I'm getting shot. I'm going to need some help. Fandy very, very low there as Outsider is able to go ahead and just pretty much knock her out there with the UMP. Outsider being able to go ahead and just say, okay, that might be 15 points for us right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, 15 points on the board. Fandy, the first player knocked out of the game. It looks like 79 alive at this point, but all 20 teams still remaining. Full send, still with 3 players. They can make anything happen here in Primorsk.
And these teams, even though they are trying to maybe engage, they're also trying to loot up. As we can see there, Katarina just with the shotgun out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much trying to finding an AR or an SMG, something that she can actually go ahead and use mid-range. And look at this, talking about Novo, there is 2 teams here as we got LHW, and we also have Team 17. And they're just pretty much looting it up. Actually, oh wow, I thought it was 3 teams there for a second.
It looks like Illuminate is going at it with the Team Galaxy. Kong going down early, and he will be the second player eliminated for Team Galaxy representing Samsung.
And Illuminate, the winners of the exhibition match, they're more than likely going to go ahead and still try to ride that wave and get that
Dude, you forgot your weapons, my friend. Go back and get some weapons.
He's saying, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Illuminate is right there. We don't want any of that this early on. It is way too early, and this man has a DP. I know a couple players there that use DP. Mortal comes to mind.
Dudu's like,
look
yo,
at
this UAZ is right up my alley. We do have a real-life UAZ parked out back of the studio, so those here definitely need to go check that out. But wow, Zers, we got action here in Novorosnoye. LH2U taking on Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, 2 high-powered teams from Asia.
Korean Winter Chicken Dinner, just pretty much with the player down. Are they going to go ahead and try to pick him up right away? LH2U just waiting patiently. He knows somebody's behind him, and great place here by him as he's on top of the roof. He's going to be able to see a lot more.
Look at those shots.
That. My goodness, accurate shots there with the M4. Now they're going to go ahead and just start pushing and finishing up these kills because it is 15 points per kills, and you're more than likely going to hear me say that again and again. Just to remind you, the jukes there. The jukes were on point for a second there.
Justice getting a knock there on Zed, but as return fire coming in, it looks like LZD coming up, taking him out. And that is the first team off the board. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner out early in Novo. LH2U was China's #1 finishing team, and they're showing why they are such right here in the tournament.
In this zone, Pochinki, George Bull, all that, Novo and Military outside that zone, something to go ahead and keep an eye out on because they are going to have to go through either the bridges, as we were mentioning earlier, or just get on a boat, or I don't know who else. Maybe they're going to try to swim, which is really not recommended.
You know, we saw Evos and Cloud9 in the build-up to this game talk about a little bit of a rivalry. Evos saying they aren't scared. Well, they're going to have an opportunity to show exactly how not scared they are of Cloud9. They are both occupying against Naya, one in the east, one in the west, but it's going to be interesting to see if they choose to engage early, or will they bounce out and try to rotate around to get better placement in the next zone.
And look at Hero right here. My goodness, that man's got some cojones because he's out in the middle of nowhere and rushing towards a full team that's more than likely already has a gun to their name.
His squad's behind him as well, though. Hero pushing into Severny right now, trying to catch these guys off guard. We'll see if he's actually able to accomplish that. It doesn't look like he even knows anyone is there. A full squad, it looks like Team GG gamers from the Middle East. They are sitting and waiting, looting up. Severny was pretty close to that plane path, but it looks like they could see some action here shortly.
Yeah, and Hero does have this Scar automatic rifle, so if he does need to go ahead and engage, he will be able to maybe take out more than one against that team. And look at this. Hero's pretty much telling his team, you know what? I think there's somebody here. Please come and help me out. I think we can maybe wipe them out.
Doc is out for a jog. It looks like Hero is just out getting some exercise up north right now. GG looking pretty strong, getting that loot. We got Majed. He's getting that top looter there. Not much
getting
left.
those smokes too. We're gonna see a lot of teams just trying to get as many smokes, especially towards the end of the game. And look at this, Sam already got a little bit hurt there. Here comes a grenade from Evo's trying to catch Sam. 2 grenades, backing it up there. Kobe, baby, is he gonna be able to get him? Ooh, no, Sam actually, you know what? Sam noticed that and he backs up a little bit. But
wow.
This is pretty much
he
gonna
is
see the
knocked
engagement
and under
here.
fire. They're trying to pick up Sam. Evo's on the advantage early, and they know they're going up against Cloud9, but Rolex coming out of the window and knocking one of the Evo's players on top. Both teams have knocked players, but unfortunately, Nade's doing damage to Sam, and Cloud9's top player is on his knees right now begging for some help.
And as we see here, Carnage is pretty much just trying to go around. They don't want to sacrifice a player just yet. They need to go ahead and pick him up, and that's exactly what they're doing. If for some reason Evo's decided to go ahead and push this, at least they also have Kodo for Cloud9 as backup as well.
That's great rotation there from Cloud9, using the buildings for cover, going all the way around the long way, but also timing it so that they did arrive in time. Rolex again putting out some suppressing fire. They're holding Evos in their place, making it so they are unable to take advantage of their advantage in this situation.
And talking about the smokes, here comes the smokes. You're pretty much giving Sam some room to be able to move, just back up a little bit, and it seems that's exactly what Cloud9 is doing. But look at Rolex. Rolex hasn't even moved a bit. Rolex, there you go. Now he more than likely heard his team saying, you know what, let's not engage that. We already know who that team is. Maybe let's wait it out towards the end there.
No need to fight against one of the stronger teams right off the bat here. They decide to fight another day, but good job to them by getting their player up out of harm's way early. Now they know where they stand, they know who's near them, and they know where they have to rotate. Rolex did a great job sitting on point there on the building, really holding Evos in place, making sure none of them could peek efficiently as he got that early knock, and then also covering them on their retreat, making sure his team was out of harm's way before he himself fell back.
And look at that zone right there. Still, oh my goodness, that zone has nobody in it, so that's actually good for all the teams. I have actually got caught a little bit on that bombing zone, and it is not fun. You can actually go ahead and lose all of your players from that bombing zone.
Keep me away from that thing, man. I do not have good luck with that red zone. If I'm in it, I'm a dead man.
Let us know in the comments. You currently watching at home, have you ever died to the bombing zone? Yes or no? Definitely let me know, as we see CPT here just trying to gather around actually, because the Japanese team might be coming, and as we're seeing that, here comes the shots as well, pretty much with the
Saved
UMP.
by Pan. Did you see that bullet go off his pan? He's getting shot from 2 directions right now. Look at this PTR cruising on by. All kinds of cars in tow here. Japan firing.
Oh, barely being able to get over that mountain. Oh my goodness, if he would have went down there, it would have been game over for that player. And Wildcard with the DP28, Hot Jukes, my man, he's more than likely going to be looking to get a sniper rifle. And Siga just driving around trying to throw him off, as we do have Wildcard against Full Send. And here we go. Siga says, you know what, let me go ahead and jump out. There you go. There goes one outsider being able to go ahead and take out Katarina.
They're going for the points early. They wanted to be aggressive. They knew which team they had on their hands with the early knock on Fandy, and you know they're going to try to wipe them before clearing out of Remorse.
Oh, look at this, though. Exclusive being able to go ahead and take Hot Jukes. Hot Jukes got a little bit careless there, pushed a little bit too much by himself, and he gets taken out of the game. But Wildcard coming in and then just taking full revenge for that. They pretty much just destroy them, but Hot Jukes,
Maybe getting a little too confident coming up the stairs there, trying to push the advantage. Exclusive taking him down and getting the easy finish. Definitely a situation where you got to wait for your teammates on that one, so you have more than one person coming up those stairs.
Full send there. Now back-to-back games that they take out players that we really didn't expect to go down that early. Hot Jukes, a huge hurt there for Wildcard as we see the zone coming in now, and we also see an airdrop smack down the middle towards Pochinki. Is anybody gonna go ahead and go for that? Because the AWM is in it, and as we're talking about it, look at that, the M249, level 3 military vest, all that good stuff.
Yeah, this is looking really solid for a lot of the teams. You can see the meta is kind of developing right now. A lot of early rotations, not as much edge play here. We do have a lot of terrain, though, for teams to kind of find their own place and nestle in here for the second circle. But for the most part, not a whole lot of teams on the outside right now. Everybody vying for position early.
Yeah, everybody more than likely just waiting a little bit longer. They don't want to engage this early. And if they do engage, as we saw early there between Evos and Cloud9, one player gets knocked down, another player gets knocked down, pick them up, and you just say, not right now. Let's wait it towards the end. And talking about Cloud9, look at Carnage right here, just riding along with, they're actually doing the 2-car strategy. That's something that I've been seeing a lot more in PUBG Mobile. Teams just pretty much getting on the 2 cars, and now we start to hear those shots there from Cloud9. Cloud9 trying to get somebody. We weren't able to see it there. I think it was the Japanese team. Here goes the shots. They could always also go for just pretty much exploding that car.
They definitely could. But look at this. They just drove right on top of CPT, who was waiting for him at the compound here, quickly veering away. Cloud9 says, nah, we weren't ready for that one. They had wasted a lot of ammo on Japan across the field here, and they definitely weren't ready to stumble across the full squad who was waiting for them.
And BRK finds themselves in an interesting spot here, as all of them are inside the exact same building. Baraka is still alive as well. Here comes Cloud9. Caveira is able to see him. He's gonna go ahead and take him down. He starts shooting. He does. He's able to go ahead and take one down, but he gets taken out himself. And Sam right here just pretty much picking up some as well. They're now gonna go ahead and lay down, try to heal up as fast as they can.
Look at that. Bigatron up at the castle, actually third party in this fight. Really solid play from them. Cloud9 in trouble. BRK in trouble. Will Bigatron take advantage of the situation and push in?
And Baraka here with the AKM just pre-firing as much as he can. He is by himself here. He needs to go ahead and get out of the spot. He's able to go ahead and take out Kano there. He's gonna keep on shooting. He takes out another man. BRK taking people out left and right.
Look at that. Baraka finishing off Kodo. He is down and out. Carnage, Sam, both trying to get back into the fight here. It looks like Rolex has been hit as well. This is trouble for C9. Rolex out of the game early. Kodo out of the game early.
Sam squats one, takes one out.
Sam down.
Taking out himself. BRK on the defense here, as now Cloud9 is starting to push and just pretty much destroy him there. Bad plays by Baraka.
And down they go. Cloud9 out early for North America. Huge plays there from BRK. Baraka getting some kills. Caveira getting some kills. Zod doing his thing. Really nice work from the South American squad.
Give that man an AKM every single match. My goodness, that got me hyped. BRK is showing that, hey, we are the #1 South American team for a reason, baby. We're here to win this, and they just pretty much took out the first team, the #1 team from NA, North America, Cloud9.
Absolutely. What they need to do is send a thank you card to Bigatron over there, Indonesia's team. Drop it in the third party on Cloud9 right when they got on scene. I feel a little bit bad for Cloud9. Every time they got into a fight early, they ended up stumbling across another squad. First it was Japan, and they stumbled across CPT. Then it was Bigatron taking on that fight there with BRK.
Definitely GTOU there, just trying not to get killed once again by that bombing sound. That bombing sound can be annoying sometimes, especially if you're trying to work on positioning. Look at this. They decide, you know what, let's go ahead and put the car inside the compound. That way nobody shoots the tires and we can still maybe get out like bandits.
You got LH2U down in the south still, making their way in from Novo Noye. They are in the zone. They are boosted up and healing, but other than that, everyone else safe. We got teams moving in, and we got action here. We got Terror from India taking on Arab Madness here from the Middle East.
Terror from India telling them, hey, namaste, we are here to win, baby. Let's see what you got. Look at this man using the lean option there with the Scar. Scar actually becoming a really, really good weapon. There we go. Team Terror being able to go ahead and take out 2 there.
Nice job from Anand there, getting the kill on Alanzi from Arab Madness. Madness, and look at that. Peek in the window, gets shot in the face of Meat, putting down those AK shots across the building.
Gotcha, baby. Go back to the lobby and wait for the next game, as now they are in a very bad spot. Team Terror, if they decide, they could actually go ahead and push like they pushed that first building and able to go ahead and clean up everybody on that second building there, because they are so far behind. More than likely, they are going to go ahead and try to sacrifice that player.
Arab Madness in trouble right now, but one thing they do have going for them is there is no one from Terror flanking or really spreading out at all. They are susceptible to grenades right now, so this could be interesting as they try to pick up their teammate.
And King just waiting patiently. He's trying to pretty much stay away from the windows, giving his team enough time to see if they are going to go ahead and try to risk it, pick him up. But as you're seeing right now, they are fully outnumbered. Team Terror has 4 of them, and Arab Madness only has 2 players. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and still try to engage this, or just back up and go for placing, ladies and gentlemen, as Sakria waiting patiently for somebody to go ahead and peek with that Scar. I'm seeing a lot of Scars on this first game.
Loving the Scar as of late. It's one of my personal favorites as of late. And, man, really good stuff here by India, holding them back, keeping Arab Madness from going up and saving their man King. Really kind of frozen in place right now. Knight's not doing anything as far as advancing. We do have action elsewhere. GT Doyu finally making their way in here, and it looks like they are taking on, it looks like the Kuwaiti team. We've got the GG Gamers out in the field here. GT Doyu is content to group up at the compound here and get that secure position and lay down some shots on the field.
It seems like they just wanted to go in there, loot up as soon as they can, and back up. They did throw those smokes to say, not yet, we are not ready to engage. You wait a little bit longer, and they were able to actually go ahead and get good loot. And look at the, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What a hard shift here, and look at this. Galaxy has already made their rotation up there, and they are again missing a player, but they were able to find themselves in a very advantageous position right now.
That map brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and now it looks like Team Terror from India is starting to push slowly. They know they only have 2 players. Look at this, BRK team has 3 alive. Arab Madness only actually has 2. It looks like King died throughout the process.
They let him bleed out, didn't they?
Yeah, they just had to sacrifice him. They pretty much weighed out the options. They say, if we go there, more than likely, we are just going to go ahead and get absolutely destroyed. So let's just wait for them to push us instead.
A couple of your big name teams, RRQ Athena, Thailand's top team here, and then we also have Evos again from Thailand. Both of those guys still at full strength, even after an early engagement with Cloud9 in the case of Evos.
And I'm actually loving the way Team Terror is pushing this. All at the same time. You don't see anybody just waiting behind. They know they got the numbers. They know they pretty much just need to be able to see where they're at. I think right now they still think that they're inside the building, but Arab Man is just waiting patiently.
Here.
Yeah, using that third-person perspective to their advantage, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. They gotta watch out. They don't want to get third party. There could be another team comes around and gets them from behind for Team Terror. And here comes the shots. Team Terror just pretty much trying to get a reaction. That's something that we kind of see sometimes as well. And there you go. Now that we're able to spot them, now they know exactly where they're at. You're going to start hearing those callouts. They're going to say they're outside the building towards the back, waiting patiently. And Arab Madness Knight just says, you know what? Now they've seen me. Time to move on. Let's go ahead and use this bush wikis to our advantage.
They were trying to use the element of surprise there. You saw them on both corners of that lower story, and they were trying to get a push from Terror, but Terror taking it very cautiously, very methodically, pushing up just a little bit at a time, shifting our attention to GT Doyu. They are taking on Bigatron right now, getting some great shots in. They've got one down on the field, and they are in trouble. Speaking of Bigatron there from Indonesia.
And you got to watch out because I saw Wildcard there towards the end, and look at this. GTOU says, you know what? It doesn't matter how far away you are, we're still gonna shoot at you. We need the kills. Interesting stuff. They're deciding not to go ahead and blow up the cars here.
Now they've got that DP, and they're going to leave that car alive. The DP is absolutely one of the weapons that the Asian players tend to prefer, and it's definitely not something you're seeing in the meta in North America right now, although I do feel it's probably one of the most underrated weapons out there. The DP is an absolute beast.
Love that gun. It shreds vehicles. The only problem is that it does take a little bit longer to reload, so if you do end up using that gun, you more than likely want to go ahead and have another AR or an SMG, something that shoots fast. That way you can go ahead and switch between them, and look at these shots right here. Steady shots now. Now they're starting to take off the tires of that car. They're saying, you know what? Oh my goodness. Look at Outsider 9K here.
Outsiders
moving up slowly. Being a little shark.
Wildcard on the aggressive per their MO. This is a really interesting move right now. This team has no idea they're there. So here we see him moving around, trying to get position. Will he make enough noise? It looks like they are aware of the presence.
Oh, he noticed Seagut. Seagut gets some shots.
Seagut going down.
Seagut in the water.
Doesn't pay off there for Wildcard. They lose a second member. Hot Jukes and Seagut will join each other in PUBG Heaven.
And now Outsider 9K saying, you know what, this might not be worth it, ladies and gentlemen. I could get on that boat and just run away.
I think that boat is certain death right now. Wildcard, an interesting choice to go across that river at that time, but it looks like right now, is that Terror going across? It is. They decided to disengage with Arab Madness, and they're content to move on.
Terror. That was risky. They just pretty much went between all those teams and said, you know what? We're just going to take the risk. And right here we see Seagut just going down. If you're in the water and you get knocked down, you're not going to be able to get revived. You're just automatically going to go ahead and die.
They tried to take advantage of the distraction, these two squads fighting each other, and unfortunately they swam directly in the line of sight here of a firefight that was going on. Other than that, maybe he would have gotten lucky there, but Seagut goes down, and there's still 16 teams on the board, so everyone here still in it. But you're going to see Wildcard start to play for position most likely and probably cut back on some of the aggressive play.
Definitely, we saw Team Japan there just waiting patiently, starting to move that car around, and look at this. We got BRK still in the same spot where they were able to go ahead and take out Cloud9. And more than likely, I noticed that Sod K already has been damaged a little bit, so they know the exact position here in Caveira, which came in huge with the AKM earlier. Just waiting patiently and letting them get a little bit closer.
This is an interesting compound to hold. This is definitely not one of your popular hotspots as far as big compounds to hold. Mostly one-story buildings here, and you even saw Team BRK hanging out in a shack a little bit earlier, but it paid off for them. They were able to wipe Cloud9, and here you see Terror getting hit a little bit by Torty. This is a big Russian bot from up in the hills. We got a real scrum going on.
My goodness, Team Terror decided to, might have been a little bit too aggressive there, as some of the players are being taken out.
Third-partied by LH Doyu. They finally made their way up from Novorobnoye. They'd get the knock and finish there on Team Terror. And oh no, they have gone down, it looks like.
Team Terror rips in the chat as they were getting third party by LH Doyu. And that's something we're going to see by a lot of teams. Just pretty much being able to go and pick up kills. Oh, watch out. You can't stay out for too long. You cooked that grenade for a little bit too long. LH Doyu just getting kills left and right. And they go ahead and push as soon as everybody went down. You know what? Let's go ahead and push, loot up as fast as we can, because more than likely, we are going to have to move towards the next safe zone.
Definitely. That was really impressive shooting there all the way around from LH Doyu. That's China's #1 finishing team in the qualifiers. They took out Europe's #2 team, Big Russian Bot, there after India's top team, Terror, was wiped out. So a lot of action going on, and that's one thing that I'm seeing develop here is a lot of third-party action. When two squads are fighting, look for a third squad to kind of chip in from the sidelines there and try to take advantage for themselves.
And Illuminate against Team Japan. Team Japan going up against GG. What are they going to do here? They're going to go ahead and try to engage. I don't think they even realize that another team's right next to him. Oh, we're going to actually start seeing a lot of smokes here as they're just trying to get through this terrain. GG waiting patiently. Ooh, he's actually, one of his teammates got knocked down. I didn't even notice that. And look at this. Team Japan just waiting patiently in the ground.
Look at that. Baraka's getting a knock right now on RRQ Athena over elsewhere on the maps. That's a really big engagement there as well. Baraka's having an insane game so far. He's already racked up 4 kills, and he's looking for more.
And GG there on a bad spot as they are not inside the safe zone. And now Team Japan noticed that as well. More than likely, they're going to back up a little bit and just wait for them to peek and come towards them so they can get them easy claps, baby. Team Japan looking really good there.
Oh, this zone. This is the worst final zone I think that exists on Erangel. This is oftentimes the battle of will it go north or will it go south of that river. And it looks like GT Doyu in that tower right on the banks is in prime position to hold it, and we'll see how they do holding that division. Oh, look at this.
Oh my God, just a barrier
Baraka
of all
out.
the cars. Baraka out, actually. Whoa, okay, but Illuminate, look at this barrier by Illuminate. And right here, GG decides to go ahead and push, and Team Japan was ready. They were just waiting for them to go ahead and push. They knew that they couldn't stay out there for too long.
LH Doyu is knocking everybody. They just took out another one of Wildcard's members. Wildcard is out. They will go out in 13th place. It looks like, oh my goodness, so much happening right now. RRQ is in it with GT Doyu, but LH Doyu is literally knocking everybody right now. So many different members of different squads popping up. They're really, really impressive so far.
And something I'm seeing towards the background there, Game Gangstars is nearby, and they are just
They've
waiting
been
for
quiet.
they're being quiet this whole game. They're just pretty much waiting there towards the end. More than likely, I've heard them say when the kills count towards the end, but they can also be aggressive.
Gangstars is notorious for kind of taking it slow early on, not really seeking a whole lot of action, but trying to find themselves very well positioned in the zone, moving very methodically and getting that best position early. This zone, however, the two spots that are the best positions have been occupied for a while now. GT Doyu right on the coast is really, really well positioned. And as we talked about, Gangstars, they are taking on LH Doyu right now with GT Doyu chipping in from the sidelines, helping them out.
With a nice DP28. If he actually decided to go ahead and take out the card, that would be huge. Gangstars just using those smokes. We have known they like to go ahead and just carry around 40 smokes between them. That is just an insane amount of smokes. Ooh, LHW pretty much just laying on the ground, laying down the fire with this UMP, trying to get somebody. And look at this, Team Japan! Oh my gosh, Team Japan getting pretty much unscathed there. Oh, they actually did lose one of their players. Two of their players.
That was a suicide mission right there. They absolutely get destroyed going through the area. Unbelievable stuff, and it looks like Gangstar still content to hang out in the smokes as long as possible on that bank.
And Illuminate moving forward there towards the bank. That's something I actually never seen before. And here come the grenades. LHW playing this perfectly. Here come the nades, baby. Oh my goodness, how many nades does that man have?
Hopping in the car. Look at the timing there. Getting those cars into the zone. Nades out. Very, very well-oiled machine here. You see Evo's knocking CPT at the same time here.
And GT just trying to get them in. There you go. He got what he's wanted. That is Team Japan, I believe. That was the last player for Team Japan. And GTOU here just trying to finish. They actually got one more. Just ooh, careful. We saw what happened there earlier too. I believe it was Seagut from Wildcard. Oh my gosh. Gangstars right next to him. LHW just coming in and just clearing people up. LHW playing that perfectly. Angry is very nearby. And oh my
look
goodness.
At this. Did he just get punched?
No, Angry. I think it was actually Sute. Sute came and clear him up. Gangstars takes out LHW there on that exchange. Sute, the only one alive for Gangstars.
Absolutely clutching it. Comes in and squad wipes LHW. What a turn of events right there on the ropes. But what happened was he chose the two knock players to take out and left up Angry, who got off some shots. Sute comes in, gets the clutch finish.
GTOU here now starting to get some shots here on Illuminate. Illuminate is in a very bad spot here. If they decide to peek, they're just going to go ahead and get taken out. And here we go. He sees another player. More than likely, he's going to go ahead and try to blow up the car.
That car is going to be done.
That car is gone.
Smokes are out.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's able to go ahead and explode that car and just take him out. But Illuminate still has two players underwater trying to move around and position themselves a little bit better. GTOU using those most
still in
advantage.
And they have just taken out CPT. It looks like Sute goes down to Majed from the Middle East. And oh my goodness, Gangstars is out as well. RRQ on the receiving end from some GT Doyu bullets.
RRQ Athena here going up against BTR. GTOU, my gosh, look at this madness right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to the end of the game as GTOU is now starting to push this sniper tower.
This circle is tiny and there's still 17 people alive, 6 teams left, fighting to get that top spot here in game number 1 of the global finals.
BTR jumps out. He's gonna get the AKM. He actually decides to back up. He's gonna be able to take him out. He does take one down.
The huge kill, but he gets
taken out as well.
Oh my goodness, this is madness. Look at how many players in these smokes. It's just gonna be a complete luck fest. Who finds who first?
GTOU looking very strong right now. They do have Lucy very close by. They also have other players as they start jumping up. You don't want to jump up out in the open like that. GTOU is looking very, very deadly here as they're just waiting patiently in the circle. It is so small. And here comes the grenades, ladies and gentlemen, as GTOU is going to start pushing. Oh my gosh. This is an amazing push here by GTOU.
Nade's going to go off. They're going to make their final push. There it is. He gets the kill. Team eliminated.
Oh, GTOU actually gets taken out there by Luxy. Is he going to be able to finish them off? As another person, there you go. GTOU being able to get the finish. Is he going to be able to pick up his teammate? As now now Rusi is starting to move around. Takes one down from GTOU, ladies and gentlemen.
This is crazy. You guys see the status right there on the screen. Evos and Bigatron with 4 members left alive. RRQ pushing in with their final 2, Senior and Q2E making their way in. It looks like they are going to try to hold this shack and get grenades up into the window here, but Kyuxi is really holding serve here. He's got great position and a perfect line of fire.
How have the tables there? GTOU now having the height advantage. They could actually go ahead and just loot those bodies as fast as they can. And oh my gosh!
Wow.
They blew up the cars. GTOU with the 200 IQ move there. They say they're too close to those cars. You know what? Let's just go ahead and finish them off.
So again, we've got Evos and GTOU both finished second place in their region. And look at this, Evos taking down. Oh, and there it is, Evos. The confidence does pay off, and they get the win in Game 1 of the Global Finals. Our top 3, Evos in number 1, and I didn't see the rest because it moved on. We'll cover that, though, in just a moment.
GTOU with a lot, and I mean a lot of kills there on that match. They were aggressive, keep in mind, 15 points per kill. Evos, they're looking happy, baby. They were in the right spot.
One team that really did well was GTOU. I believe they finished in second place. RRQ Athena in third place. All 3 of those teams expected to perform very well. None of them disappointed. GTOU, though, with tons of kills that game in that optimal position the entire time. Cannot wait to see what the scoreboard says here shortly.
Big congrats to Evos for taking that chicken dinner to start off the tournament here. GTOU not only getting second there, but also getting second in the exhibition match as well. So they've got to be kind of feared, I think, coming into this tournament.
Reasonably, I think that is one of the things. I mean, if you can make a habit of getting second place every game, you're going to win the tournament. That's just a really, really consistent showing. And they have not only been consistent, but they're being aggressive. They're making shots. Really, really solid stuff from all the teams really this game.
And Evos there just being able to go ahead and take that first win. That is definitely going to go ahead and boost up their confidence even more. And I cannot wait to go ahead and see how they come out on game number 2. And something you mentioned, GTOU actually finishing second place on the exhibition match and now on this first ranked match. What are they gonna go ahead and try to change some stuff, because they have been playing very, very aggressive.
You don't change anything when you're finishing like that, my friend. You keep doing what you're doing, you rack up those points, and you rocket yourself right up the scoreboard. So at the end of day 1, you're sitting in that top spot.
I think something is exemplified from what we've seen here in game number 1. We now understand why Cloud9 was like, oh, Evos just knocked us. Maybe we should back off a little bit, because they showed in that game that they are definitely very fearsome and something to contend with.
Definitely so. At the end of the game, Evos was blessed with a little bit of zone shift there. GTOU had to move out from that tower, and Evos was in prime position waiting for them. Somehow they were able to avoid most of that final fight between RRQ, Athena, and I mean, it was like just kind of waiting on the sidelines to see what happened, and we'll take the winner.
Yeah, there was so much action going on there between GTOU and just RRQ that honestly we didn't even pay attention there to Evos, and Evos just came in and they just took it like a champ.
Mark of a good team.
That's right, let's take a look at some of the highlights here, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
Jumping into the action, Illuminate early on, taking on a Galaxy team here, knocking a guy early, and this is where you saw the Samsung employees take off on a track meet from Small Power here, and ultimately they made it pretty far into the match, but probably didn't get the place what they were hoping for.
Yeah, LHW being able to go ahead and take the high ground there in Noble, finishing those kills, making sure to get those knocks, and actually right here, great place by them because they were able to go ahead and take people down. And early, as we were talking about, Cloud9 against GTOU, they're super early in the game. They engage, they knock one another, and then they say, you know what, let's back up a little bit.
Rolex's mom and dad right there on screen, actually cheering on their son as he takes out one of the Evos members. Unfortunately, they do go out early. A disappointing finish for them in the first game. And then we've got Hero getting blown up there by GTOU. What an impressive performance from them. I want to say that LHW was some of the best aim of the tournament so far. And you see Wildcard C got here getting crossed, trying to get across that river.
And Team Japan here playing this perfectly. They knew they had to push, blowing up that car, being able to get this easy kills. And LHW here just getting an amazing rush there. But Sute coming out on top of that engagement. Right here, GTOU under the bridge, waiting for Illuminate people to go ahead and come out of that water and finish them off. And that grenade, I believe actually they blew up the car, being able to go ahead and take out those 2 players there from RRQ.
One of the dangers of having so many vehicles is you risk having them exploded. But look at that, huge victory there for Team Evos. They are confident, they are good, and they are currently at top dog in game number 1.
Definitely good points coming in here, but look at that. Who gets the most kills? It's Do You overall. That's some, not only baby
Wow,
that's some,
look at that. The Chinese team's absolutely destroying everyone else. The number 1 and number 2 teams from China putting up a combined 34 kills between them.
My gosh.
Wow.
That's some daddy sharks
wow.
right there.
I knew that LH Goyu put together an impressive performance. You saw what GT Goyu did, but those numbers right there, yeah, I'm scared.
I mean, the big problem is that for all of the teams, EVOS, despite them actually coming first in that game, they didn't get anywhere near the amount of kills that the other 2 teams did, and they were quite high up in the ranks, especially
GT Goyu finished in 2nd place. You can see big shout out to Baraka there, really holding it down, sitting in that shack there at the beginning of that fight. Really good stuff from them, but you see a lot of the Asian teams dominating the kill scoreboard there. EVOS with a couple of members, LH Goyu with a couple of members, GT Goyu with a couple of members. Really nice stuff.
2 players there just currently tied with 8 kills already after game 1. My gosh, that's pretty awesome to see, to be completely honest. LH Goyu Ace and GT Akan tied with 8 kills for the most kills so far in the tournament.
I think that's very important to know, is that in the PUBG Mobile, in the game itself, we've seen it throughout regionals and regionals and regionals. Very rarely do you see teams in one game get that many kills. And on this world stage, that's massive for these 2 teams.
That's a huge statement to come out and put up performances like that. Look at this. We see some of the statistics from the 2 top finishing teams. You've got EVOS Ernie there finishing with 1 skill, 6 squad kills though, and they finished overall in 1st place. And then you've got Shushi from GT Goyu with 6 kills, 16 squad kills for him.
I'm interested to see if they might actually go ahead and end up 1st place on the standings. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. EVOS Verdi just pretty much ranking up the kills there as well. And look at this now, the placement. GT Goyu finishing after round 1 in 1st place just on kills alone. They got 605 points, and EVOS with 590 points. LH Goyu with 400 points, ladies and gentlemen.
Very close to start off the standings here for game number 1, so that is the difference. It's not only about kills, there's also the survivability factor that comes in, and something that really hindered some of these teams, of course, was that potential 50-50 river circle that we saw, which is important to highlight. It's very hard to make the decisions right at that moment.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the standings really quickly, the top spots dominated by Asian teams. All over the place from Asia. They are really, really strong. You can see North America 8 and 10, and you've got the European champ all the way down at number 19.
Definitely. So those are the standings so far. Good to check in with those. But of course, we still have plenty more games to come. We got
just
3
1
more
out
today.
of 12.
That's right.
Right? We got a long way to go.
That's right. And obviously, you'll say our exhibition matches at the start of each day as we continue things on. For now, we are ready to head over to the stage as we have an interview. Valdez is ready.
Thank you, Calaris, for handing it on over. I'm here with EVOS Bullshark. He was able to win with his team in the official round 1. So that's 2 Thai teams now in a row that have won. How do you feel about representing Thailand, and do you think you can continue that streak?
ก็รู้สึกดีครับมันทำให้ทีมผมแบบได้ปลดปล่อยในความอึดอัดของทีมครับทำให้เรามีกำลังใจเล่นต่อไปครับ
他们觉得很激动，然后作为泰国队伍获得胜利，然后觉得很光荣。
They're very excited to win this round as a Thai team, and they'll continue to keep working hard.
Okay, that's great to hear. So I realized that you guys didn't have so many kills as compared to some of the other Chinese teams, but you won the round in the end, which is also very important. So I was just curious, what is your guys' general strategy for when you are playing PUBG Mobile? Do you like to be more aggressive or more defensive in general? So do they like to play more aggressive? Like more offensive, go for kills, or play more defensive and wait for the other teams to die?
ก็กลยุทธ์ของทีมเราก็คือเล่นให้แบบเซฟให้มากที่สุดครับรัดกุมแล้วก็ ดึงอันดับให้สูงแล้วก็เราจะได้แบบมายิงคิวกันตอนท้ายวงนะครับ
就是他们就是队内配合，然后就是击杀了很多的人，因为队内配合很完美。
It's because of the team cooperation. That's why it's perfect. That's why their playing strategy is very good.
Okay, that's great to hear. So I wish you guys would give a round of applause for Bullshark and Evos, who won the official round 1. And you can return to your seat now. Thank you for the interview. That way. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy round 1, but we're not done here yet on the stage. We actually have a special kind of giveaway right now. So I have 5 gift cards here for PUBG Mobile. And if you guys want to get one of these gift cards, just raise up your hand right now and I'll go find you and give you the gift cards. I've only got 5 to give away. So right here, these guys, they lifted up their hands first. I'll give one to you guys. You'll have to fight it out. And this guy right over here, he seems like he could use one as well. Here, there you go. Right here in the middle. I'll give it in the middle. You guys can fight over it. Sorry. Let me go over this way. This guy right here, he looks like a big PUBG Mobile fan. Oh yeah, represent. I like that, just the one, yeah. And right here. I like the hair. Oh, you're playing PUBG right now. That's an awesome reason to give it away. I'm glad I could give it away to some big PUBG Mobile fans. So guys, that's gonna do it for this official round 1. We're gonna take another quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be here for round number 2. Stay tuned.
PUBG! Woo! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at?
Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠습니다.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile! PUBG Mobile!
Actually, we'll practice more and more because we know that we are competing with most competitive teams. So we'll practice, we'll improve our skills more, and let's see.
Merak ediyorum. Özellikle yemeklerini. Hayatımda hiç deve eti yemedim. Deve eti yemek istiyorum.
The terrifying nightmares. Team Hyro. Fighting.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
After we listened to our player community, Lightspeed Studios took some time and effort to make things as flawless as possible. How do you transfer the map from PC to mobile? That's easy. We simply copied and pasted. No, just kidding. Yeah, whenever we have a bigger city area, there's a greater pressure on performance, especially on mobile devices. Therefore, parameters, specifications for terrains, buildings, vegetations, and more have to be precise in order to run the game smoothly. We also simplified complicated building structures and city items to make it easier for players to loot. The brand new Dusk mode provides vastly different visual experience. We got 3 new weapons, each with its unique characteristics. Even some of the vehicles got a fresh new paint job. The desert map is 50% larger than the island map, so there is way more content. The area outside the city is a wide open mountainous region which lacks shelters such as trees or grass. There's way more middle and long distance combat which requires greater precision when shooting. So players better get to be good at estimating their relative positions from enemies to find the best hiding spot on the back of a slope. Actually, some of our less popular places, such as island, mine caves, ruins, have a good loot. Trust me. This new map is awesome. So we're constantly working on stuff during the daytime, and then we stay up all night playing. Who needs sleep? no! Oh, play PUBG Mobile.
Evo's Burnout set the competition ablaze in the first round of the tournament to set themselves up with the first chicken dinner of the tournament, and what an impressive result it was from them. But almost a little bit of that spotlight really stolen, I think, by our Chinese teams with the amount of kills that they were racking up to start off the day, boys.
Evo's Burnout picking up the chicken dinner, the first place in game number 1, but not the first place in the tournament overall, as GT Doyu, they picked up a ton of kills in order to secure the top spot in game number 1. LH Doyu, probably one of the most impressive teams overall in the first game. Shooting skills on point, just moving like a finely oiled machine. These guys really snappy with their timing, their movements, their grenades, their guns, everything looked on point.
Yeah, just pretty much going off the movement there. Just the rotations seemed on point. They were throwing smokes when they needed to go ahead and throw them. Actually, at one point, I saw them pretty much running away from a fight, and they were in the car throwing smokes out of the car. So interesting strategies there by LH Doyu and GT Doyu.
We've seen that a few times actually in the past as well. We saw it in North America as well. We used to great success, and it's nice to see that. And also, you mentioned it during the commentary that smokes in mobile are different to smokes on PC because they are so light. You can carry so many of them, and they're pivotal in those final circles.
When you see a lot of these teams, at least in the North American meta, they're carrying up to 10 smokes apiece.
Yeah.
If not more. And that's just, I mean, you can cover the battlefield forever, and it did seem at the end of that game their smokes were everywhere. 17 players alive in a tiny circle. That really kind of says something about the value of smokes.
Definitely was, and that means game number 1 is done and in the books. However, we have more teams to introduce you to as we continue things on here for the PMSC Global Finals 2018. So let's meet 4 more.
สวัสดีครับผมชื่อกล้องครับชื่อไอดีในเกมตอนนี้กำลังศึกษาอยู่มหาวิทยาลัยครับสวัสดีครับชื่อโก้ครับชื่อในเกมเป็น RQT9 นะครับมาจากไทยแลนด์นะครับสวัสดีครับชื่อดี้นะครับชื่อในเกมชื่อ RQD2E นะครับตอนนี้ก็ไม่ได้ทำอะไรครับว่างเล่นเกมอย่างเดียวครับสวัสดีครับชื่อ2ครับชื่อในเกม RRQI2 ครับอาชีพที่ทำอยู่ปัจจุบันคือเป็นกราฟิกดีไซน์ก็ได้รางวัลระดับเอเชียที่1มาครับเราก็ยังไม่รู้สึกดีใจเท่าไหร่ครับเพราะว่าเราจะรู้สึกดีใจที่สุดก็ต่อเมื่อเราได้ที่1ของโลกก็สำหรับผมนะครับการเป็นที่1ของเอเชียก็ไม่ค่อยเท่าไหร่ครับเพราะว่าทีมผมก็ที่เราเข้ามาสมัครร่วมรายการนี้นะฮะก็จะโชว์ให้โลกรู้ครับว่าเมืองไทยมีดีแค่ไหนครับก็จากรอบที่3-4จากรอบที่3-4-5นะครับก็คือวันนั้นมีผู้หญิงมาปาร์ตี้นะฮะเราได้มองผู้หญิงแล้วเรารู้สึกกระชุ่มกระชวยครับเราก็เลยมีพลังในการเล่นบวกกับสไตล์การเล่นเราเปลี่ยนครับเราเปลี่ยนไปเล่นเข้าหลังคนอื่นเขาแทนเราชอบยิงฟรีครับเราสู้ตรงๆไม่ได้ได้เราก็เลยหนีวงเข้ามาเรื่อยๆครับยิงคนอื่นฟรีๆไปจนได้อันดับ1สำคัญที่สุดก็คือผู้หญิงครับเพราะว่าเราเล่นโชว์ผู้หญิงเท่านั้นเองครับผมคือมันมีผู้หญิงประมาณ100 กว่าคนจะให้ผมเป็นแฟน100 กว่าคนเลยครับผมทีม RQ Athena ครับเป็นตัวแทนจากประเทศไทยในรอบของเอเชียเข้ามาครับทาง D2E เล่นก่อนนะครับแล้วผมมาตามเล่นทีหลังครับแต่คือตามมาทีหลังก็เก่งกว่าอยู่ดีคือสอนมาก็เก่งกว่าอยู่ดีครับสรุปแล้วคือผมก็เล่นเก่งกว่าเขาอยู่ดีก็แน่นอนครับ D2E เก่งกว่าเยอะครับไม่เห็นด้วยหรอกเพราะว่าทุกวันนี้ผมเป็นคนแบกทีมขึ้นมาครับไม่ใช่น้องแบกครับก็พูดไปมันก็ไม่ฟังอยู่ดีเล่นเกมอยู่บ้านนะครับจะบ่นครับเพราะว่าวันๆผมไม่ทำอะไรนอกจากเล่นเกมตื่นก็เล่นนอน
ตื่นมาก็เล่นกินข้าวก็เล่นจะนอนก็เล่นทั้งวันก็ต้องโดนคงไม่มีใครมาชมคนเล่นเกมทั้งวันมันรัก PUBG Mobile นะครับผมรัก PUBG Mobile นะครับแน่นอนครับผมคิดว่าในระดับโลกก็คงไม่ได้ยากเกินไปที่เราจะคว้าแชมป์มาให้ได้ตอนนี้ยังไม่ได้คิดเรื่องเงินครับตอนนี้คิดแค่ว่าจะเอาที่1อย่างเดียวชิคเก้นลีดเดอร์ที่1ก็เราอยากฝากให้ทุกทีมนะครับคือระวังหลังพวกคนให้ดีครับไม่แน่เราจะไปยิงหลังพวกคุณเองครับ
Winner chicken dinner IQ fighting
Hello, my name is Robi Mahardika Saputra. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Galang Yuga Ditama. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Ingani Bagusara Baswara. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia. And my nickname is Tijar Waksi.
Hello, my name is Mari Bagat Ramrita. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia. I am a student. My in-game name is Vidya Rizavsi. I'm an older, 8 minutes. And then my brother, my relationship is really good, and every day we fight for every single match we fight with my brother, and just talk too much. The biggest fight when he throwing me a bomb, so I died early, and then I punched him. He's very terrifying for me because he's angry every time.
Because I'm still playing PUBG to practice.
You must strong to control your sounding, but your son is the good player for PUBG Mobile.
My parent was very glad and just can't say anything. He is happy with both of us.
Yeah, my team is very strong because we have many tactics and good strategy. If we lost the game or we got we need to evaluation to review the game before.
He will play better than them.
I will tell you up.
Don't meet us in early. If you meet us in early, I will kill you up.
So hello guys, my name is Sakriya Puri and I'm the leader of the Terrifying Nightmares. I am from Mumbai and my gamer tag is Sakriya Puri.
Hi, my name is Amit Sharma. My gamer tag is Amit Sharma 9184. I am from India.
Hi guys, my name is Mehul. My gamer tag is Torpedo. I am currently a university going student.
Hello guys, my name is Anand Puri. I am from India. I am a member of Team Terrifying Nightmares. Currently, I am a university student and my gamer tag is Anand Puri 19.
It gives me goosebumps to be in an international tournament with him, and it's really exciting for both of us to be in the PMSC Global Finals, and a really proud moment for both of us brothers to be here representing India.
I want to thank PUBG Mobile for hosting such a big event at such a large scale. Me and my brother are very excited to face the other competitive teams.
So according to me, it will be RRQ Athena.
The main reason why we think RRQ can be a competition is because RRQ also lands at our landing spot, which is Fortune. So we can have a fight at the very first minute.
That just keep your guards up for the Terrifying Night.
That we can participate and represent our country. Our parents were proud. They supported throughout the event. They were supporting in the Ambush Championship, and they are now supporting us in the PMSC Challenge also, because they know that we are representing India and they are proud of us.
So we won it in India, and we hope we won it here. So let's go, brother. Let's win this.
こんにちは。私はチームジャパンの荒金陽太と申します。ゲーム ID は JPN レイシーで出場させていただきます。
チームジャパンの松本博文です。ゲームネームは JPN 花津でやらせていただきます。
チームジャパンの半沢正光です。ゲーム ID は JPN ドギーでやっています。
JPN ソルトギアです。名前は大須賀和人です。で、家にギャラクシーの端末が一つあって、それならPUBG モバイルができると思って始めました。PUBG モバイルは誰でもどこでもプレイできるのですごく魅力的だと思います。今回の大会に参加した理由は自分の実力を試したいからです。
ソロ大会で日本予選は行われていたので、一人一人の打ち合いが強いところが調子です。少し緊張はしていますが、負けるっていうことは考えられないです。
上位に食い込める自信があるので、頑張って上位に食い込もうと思ってます。
3位という結果で終わったのは悔しいですけど、世界大会に行けるっていうことがすごく嬉しくて、で、予選は3位でも日本代表として1位を取れれば自分は満足です。
全て分割して1位になりたいと思います。
タイのアジアファイナルで実際に戦った RRQ だと思います。
最多キルになれるよう頑張っていきます。
優勝できたら本当に嬉しいと思っています。
1日1ドンカツ取るぞ。
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here, and hearing from all of these teams once again, brotherly love. That's what I extracted from that, my friends. So many brothers on these teams pairing together and bringing that kind of ferocity here to the table. It's really cool to see, actually. It really kind of breaks, it puts that bond in place where you always know what your brother's going to do.
Absolutely.
So perfect.
There's chemistry there that's just natural, that's built in, that you don't have to learn. And it almost makes you want to root for these guys to do well so they can take that home to their family.
Definitely, and usually between that there is brotherly rivalry, so more than likely they are going to go ahead and try to do better than one another.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So whilst we're just waiting here for our next game, it's important to note that our teams have a little bit of an opportunity to talk strategy, have a bit of a kind of timeout, as it were, to be able to figure out exactly what they're going to be wanting to bring into the next game. Gentlemen, you were already talking to me about how the two Doyu teams actually very much impressed you in the last game. Evos obviously took that first place, but which other teams from our first game, or even the games that we've had so far, have really kind of shone through for you and you expect to be able to do well throughout the tournament?
Got to be Team BRK from South America, getting that wipe on Cloud9 and persevering on into the game. Baraka there putting together a ton of kills all by himself and really set the tone for BRK as they were able to finish very well in that first round.
Yeah, and as we're seeing them Team Hyro, actually, I'm looking forward to see what they're able to do. They seem to jump out a little bit too late there and they got blown up. And another team is the Terror team from India.
Yeah.
They had flashes there of greatness, but they weren't able to get the placing there on. They were pretty much, they got knocked out too early. So I want to go ahead and see how they come out here in game number 2, the Indian team, Team Terror.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that you mentioned actually with BRK that kind of sparked my interest was at the very beginning of our game, they actually dropped, you say Watertown, I say Atlantis. Everyone has a different name for it. I'm going to go with Atlantis just to annoy you. But overall, it's not the most common of loot spawns.
No, it's not.
To actually try and kind of prolong the game.
No, it was a very uncommon drop spot, but you saw there was kind of a pseudo hot drop there, if you will. A couple of teams were dropping right next to each other in a very obscure location. I believe that was Team Terror. They peeled off and decided to go elsewhere, leaving Watertown to be looted up by BRK. So they got the loot that they needed. Ultimately, it allowed them to win a couple of fights, put them in a pretty good position here heading out of round 1.
And they actually got caught coming out of that area there. They were pretty much hiding in a little shack as cars were passing by them. So very, very risky drop there by them.
Can you be the tiebreaker, Seven? Can you tell me, what do you like, Watertown or what's your choice?
Venice.
Venice? Oh no!
Oh boy, we're never coming to resolution on this one.
Well played, well played. I'm not going to take that away from you. But overall, going into our next round, What do you think some of these teams have to take away from them? Obviously, I think that the plane was pretty good for the most part. It didn't limit too many locations. What do you think?
It didn't really shine the light on any location in particular as though it's going to be this, it's going to be a hot drop. But there was a lot of stuff that was in range. You saw it kind of splitting the difference between Pochinki, military base, against Naya Poliana, flying right on through the middle there on the diagonal. So a really solid plane path for the most part. Maybe we'll see another one this game.
Yeah, and pretty much the ending zone there just pushing all the way up to George Bull, even though people were landing at the beginning there in military base. So great rotations by some teams. I'm looking forward to see if some teams are going to start landing more towards they're more comfortable. So BRK, are they going to go Pochinki? Maybe Cloud9, are they going to start going to Novo? I'm looking forward to see if they're going to start doing that or if they're just going to keep on mixing it up.
That zone, though, that is my least favorite zone in all of Erangel that we saw at the end of that game, just out in the middle of nowhere, absolutely no cover. And if somebody's in that sniper tower and in that building, as GT Doyu was, they're in a supreme position. But it's even that's not safe because it's just like, throw nades at me, you know? So
I mean, it wasn't only the circle over water, it was also over a bridge as well for a little bit of time, which water and bridge creates multi-leveled weird fights going on in such an odd area.
That's just mean.
And as we saw there, pretty much they were taking advantage of it. They were just crouching under the bridge, being a munchkin pretty much, and just shooting people out of the water as they were starting to coming up.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it was really really interesting to see. Another kind of note that I have from game one was Team Japan getting caught in vehicles multiple times out in fields, just trying to drive peacefully, I might add, from one location to the next, and they got shot at by Cloud9. They got blown up there at the end. You know, everything seemed like it was pretty chaotic enough, and then Team Japan comes driving through and then just ultimately got destroyed.
Yeah, risky plays. I think it was the Terror team also did that as
well. They did the same
well.
thing, but they were able to sneak across the bridge.
They were, and then Hyro was trying to do that too. So a lot of teams just taking riskier plays. Are they going to learn from that, or are they just going to go ahead and, you know what, maybe that was just bad luck there on that one. Let's just go ahead and continue.
I think luck had a lot to do with it. That zone really kind of forced. I mean, you saw how many people were left alive. That was one thing you got to give credit to all these teams. Just staying alive with no real cover and in a tiny circle like that. Sometimes you don't have a lot of choice besides, well, let's just hit it and hope for the best. And unfortunately, for a couple of the teams, it didn't work out. Others, it did.
EVOS, in that position that they were in at the very end, actually were quite fortunate that we saw Doyu show themselves in the tower as well, because coming off of that ridge next to where the river is can be very difficult against that tower in itself, right?
It can. It's got some great cover there. You can kind of move horizontally back and forth. But the tower being the prime position, but the tower also, you know exactly where they're going to be. So you know where to put your crosshair, and as soon as they peek, that's the end of it.
Yeah, and if you get caught in the water, it's pretty much over for you. As we saw pretty much for Seagod there, an outsider trying to get away. But ultimately, they just got killed.
And obviously we saw whilst these teams were thinking about their strategies, they were able to kind of plan out some of their rotations, even with the little stylus of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, to try and figure out exactly where they want to go. Obviously, they don't know exactly where the plane path is going to be just yet for this game, but overall, you can get a good grasp, especially if you want to drop towards the center of the map, to know where you want to go eventually. People have their usual path.
Certainly. I want to see, as Seven mentioned, if the teams start to gravitate towards their natural landing spots. I feel like strategy played a big part in this first game. Teams didn't want to reveal what they're normally comfortable with. They all said that they did some studying, and they altered kind of where they started out.
Well, gentlemen, we are ready. It's going to be game number 2 here of our tournament as a whole to figure out who's going to be able to rack up the points and who is going to be able to catch up with EVOS and Doyu to get things going. 7, PB, take it away.
Let's do this, baby. Game number 2. Who's going to go ahead and win it? Let us know. You currently watching at home, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube, comment below right now who you got. And oh my God, that plane, I cannot get over that plane. It's just so awesome.
Don't look up. You'll get cut by a propeller. That thing is unbelievably cool. Flying through the arena here, dropping in the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, displaying round 2 of the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals.
Let's see what this plane path is going to be, because we saw it earlier. It definitely turned into a lot of stuff.
Hey,
and as we were
it's the
mentioning,
same path, but flipped a little bit. We're going to go diagonally through the map again from the north this time, flying on down south through the military base, which does put Nova Noye in range, but pretty much everything in range here on this plane path. This is a great path.
And something I noticed right away, Gangstars drops, and they're going to their natural habitat. George Bull.
Yeah, you kind of saw this one coming. They're going to head to North George and start looting up per usual. Let's see if a lot of these teams kind of get back to their roots here. And, we saw some of the teams that prefer Pochinki did not drop their last game, even though the playing path did allow it. We'll see if they do that again this game.
A lot of teams just starting to spread out. Actually, I'm loving this playing path here because it's going to allow teams to just pretty much go to where they usually want to go, right? They don't have to just jump into a car and try to go that way. And look at this, BRK, once again, dropping Atlantis, Watertown,
or Venice,
whatever you want to call it. They're going there once again. It seems to work out there in the first match, so why not? Let's go ahead and do it again.
They're going to drop into a place with buildings and water. We'll call it that, buildings and water. Looting up, though, but they have company. Did you see that? They got another squad there looting up just on the outside, and it is Terror once again from India. These are the same guys last time that peeled off. Maybe this time, maybe they won't.
And look at Terror here, already with the NAM4. They got some guns. I saw somebody there from BRK pretty much just trying to run away because he didn't have a gun just yet. And once again, just to remind you, the top 10 scores, GT Doyu with 605 points, Evo's Burnout with 590, and LH Doyu.
Look at that, LH Doyu in its third place right now, and they did not finish anywhere near the top 3. Remember, Gangstars put them out much earlier. I believe they finished 7th or 8th overall in the standings. But with the 16, or was it 18? It was either 16 or 18 kills. Man, they rocketed up those rankings.
An interesting place here by the Terror team from India, as they are now starting to run away there from BRK. Now, the only problem with this is that they're going to be super exposed. If for some reason any team passes by, they're going to be easy pickings.
I'm interested to see how these guys continue to play. It's kind of an interesting tactic, establishing yourself in an obscure location and then immediately giving up ground, even though you have the assault rifles and weapons already on your person. Not quite sure of that decision. They've been very passive so far in this, tournament. We've got Cloud9 and Evos again squaring off in Yes Naya.
Again, I wonder if they're going to go ahead and knock each other down one more time and realize, hey, you know what? We're going to keep on dropping here. What are we going to do here? Are we going to try to take each other off at the beginning of the match, or we're just going to pretty much keep doing the same thing? Knock one down and then back up and just run away.
One thing I see developing with Evos and Cloud9 there, Cloud9 very separate from each other. These guys are all looting up solo. So if Evos does catch one of them, it's going to be curtains for him, unless they can pull off some sort of miracle rotation to pick up their teammates.
And LH Doyu actually having Novo all to themselves. My gosh, that's going to be a huge advantage there, because we saw them play really good in the last round. And if they're able to go ahead and get that loot, on top of that, just being able not to have to worry fighting anybody on Novo, that's crazy.
They've gone there twice now, kind of staking their claim. Novo is ours, and with those gun skills and with that performance in the first round, let's see if Cloud9 actually challenges that a little bit later on. I have a feeling they may steer clear and continue to loot up Yaz, as it's got a little bit more escape route, a little bit more versatility. And as you can see, the zone this game, very central, very friendly to pretty much everyone everywhere on the map.
Yeah, and actually Team Japan, very spread out. They're not even close to each other. I think they were maybe trying to get some cars and loot up, but interesting plays there by them, as they do have GT Doyu fairly close in school. One of the people's favorite drops sometimes.
We've got a split drop right now, looks like, from GT Doyu. They're heading school, Roz. I mean, they're trying to group up, but it looks like Team Japan over at the apartments right now staking their claim. Six God's going to have to get out of Dodge and head over to meet up with his team as he sees the folks over at the apartments.
And just to remind you at home, this is day 1, round number 2. We will be doing this tomorrow and the day after tomorrow until December 1st. So make sure you go ahead and tune in at the exact same time. In BTR taking I wasn't able to see that the name there, but just pretty much looting up as much as it can with the DP28 as well. Level 1 helmet, that's something that we're kind of been seeing in play here. If you have a level 1 helmet, you might not want to go ahead and take a fight, because everybody is just so accurate.
What if you have a level 1 helmet with spikes on it like that guy?
I might take it. I'm sold.
Yeah, maybe Kato has here the level 1 helmet with spikes on it as well. Looking pretty solid here, but again, sweet backpack, really cool gear, man. All these guys are looking fly. Carnage has got that sweet white backpack on, and these guys are, look at him, he's just scouting. He's just looking around. He's trying to find those Evos guys.
It is. They're using that third-person perspective to their advantage. Once again, day number 1 is third person, day number 2 is first person, and day number 3 is going to go ahead and be third person once again. So you're going to be seeing a lot of people, if it's third person, you're going to be seeing a lot of people just put up their faces straight to the wall just so they can go ahead and look around the corner.
What's that guy doing there? Just staring at the wall.
And also, you're going to see a lot of snakes, it seems, in third person. If for some reason you don't know what snakes are, is when people just lay down on the ground. So do me a favor, if you're watching at home, spam some snakes in the chat, please, as Evos is still just looting up all these apartments. And my goodness, they already have an M4, they already got pens, they already got the whole 9, it seems.
Yeah, they're looking pretty solid right now. Evos, again, a really, really solid crew. And they are, man, really great stuff. I mean, finishing first overall in the first game. CPT, interesting stuff here. Driving around outside of Pachinki, grabbing a spot on the hill here.
Trying to find the ocean to go
outside
surfing.
buildings. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely trying to find the ocean to go surfing there. And he doesn't currently, there you go, he does have one gun behind him, but he's trying to find more stuff. And that man has a level 2. Oh my gosh, look at this right here. That zone, actually not bad at all.
It's smack dab in the center. Even the teams that are out of it right now, Hero down in Primorsk. We got, looks like the Arabs up in the top left. They're, all good to go.
And LHW and Novo, they're currently just barely outside the zone, but their loot is going to be just off the chain. And look at them. They're just pretty much switching ammo or
Level
whatever it
3
is
vest
back
here
and forth. Whatever you're more comfortable with, right? That's what it comes down to with these teams. If maybe a player doesn't like using the 4-time and one of their teammates does, then they're just going to go ahead and exchange that so they will be more comfortable and just feel that's something that actually comes that I notice a lot of players prefer to do. Pick up something that you are comfortable with, even if it's not as powerful.
Correct. I think that's something that, I get asked a lot of times, why do you prefer this weapon over that weapon? And it's just like, well, I do better with it. It's a very simple answer. It doesn't necessarily mean that statistically it's better or it puts out more damage per bullet, but, a lot of times if you're good with a weapon, you stick with it.
Yep. Ooh, and look at this drop right here for Wildcard. Wildcard just on crates. That man, C got already with the ghillie suit. That's going to come in huge, especially towards the end of the match if it's for some reason out in the open. And here we got, they're actually getting shot at.
Big Russian bot getting shot at here.
They're getting shot at and they're just waving around trying to juke them. They were able to actually get not even damage. They're going to be able to just loot up here and stand their ground.
They're going to hole up here, it looks like, closing the doors, kind of getting ready to fight potentially. They don't know if they're going to get chased out from Pachinki. I believe it was one of the Chinese teams, CPT, up on the hill that was firing shots at them as they drove by. Big Russian bot. There you see CPT on the hill. But we've got Big Russian bot, second place finishers in Europe. And they've got a lot to prove here this particular match.
Yeah, something that I would like to go ahead and point out is that there's not that much action here at the beginning. Before, in the previous game, there was already some teams already out. Right now, everybody seems to be playing it safe now that game number 1 has passed. And look at this, the Terror team from India being able to go ahead and just work their way all the way a little bit towards that. I believe that's a little bit towards Pachinki. Yeah,
this is the east side of Pachinki here, and it's looking pretty, or excuse me, west side.
That's a nifty spot there on top of the couch through that little window with the DP. I noticed a lot of the teams from India like using that DP.
Yeah, I think Asia in general really has a strong preference for the DP. You see some of the Chinese teams typically are preferring the M4 and like a 6x scope, just absolute laser beams for aim. And then we've got RRQ here kind of pushing in towards Terra. I wonder if they know that they're there, if they know what they're getting into here. You see 2 members of RRQ split off to the side, and Sakria's just waiting.
Yeah, RRQ definitely playing it safe there. They might have been able to hear him, or they might have been able to hear something, because RRQ D2E is just waiting patiently. Oh yeah, they know. Senior is calling them out with that mini 14, baby. He's just waiting for somebody to go in and peek, and all of them are in the exact same building. They could actually, oh my gosh, look at this right here. GTW getting some shots there on BTR. There you go. First blood of game number 2.
Great position there. BTR unfortunately going to have to leave Zuxi behind as Zuxi goes down. Man, one of the brothers eliminated here early.
And GT, though, you just pretty much finishing up that man. They already got a lot of kills in the previous match. More than likely, they want to go ahead and continue that trend through every single match with already 1 kill and looting him up. Once again, the Scar.
RRQ, Athena, and Terror have kicked off as well. Terror, one of their members did get knocked. A nod goes down, and look at that grenade torpedo taking him down all the way in the warehouse. What a shot.
He say, hold up a bit. Kai Seho, I see that you're there. Back up.
This is an opportune time for another grenade. You know where they're knocked. You know he hasn't crossed. The smoke's out. This is where you start lobbing in more grenades if you got them. You might be able to catch a second player down, and at that point, you have an opportunity to push.
And something that I think RRQ is going to go ahead and do here is more than likely they might not even engage here.
There it is. A little bit too late, though.
it might hurt the confidence there. Usually that's what happens. When you see a team starting to rush and somebody gets knocked, they think about it twice. They say, I don't know, maybe not right now.
If he had followed up with that grenade just a little bit sooner, that would have been real trouble there for RRQ.
Definitely. They do have the car in the back, so they could pretty much move out at any moment here, and they do have the bombing zone very close by. It seems like they're still going to go ahead and engage. They are throwing smokes all over the place just to throw Team Terror from India a little bit off.
They drive the vehicle inside, trying to keep people out of harm's way from the red zone. Kind of a standoff here, and there it is. Look at that VSS. Woo! Getting the knock there on D2E. D2E goes down. Amit is, well, he's got 1 HP.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and bandage up. He probably noticed that one of his shoulders was sticking out, so he's like, you know what, let me go ahead and just move a little bit there to the left.
That VSS from mid-range is just absolutely lethal as well. You're dead before you know that you're getting shot.
Yeah, VSS actually, we saw it a lot there towards the end with Gainstar's Beowulf, which is currently not here, but he was one of the players that was using it a lot, and then Angry from Gainstar started using it as well, the VSS in the NA Finals. More than likely, we'll go ahead and continue seeing it here as first time we actually see it on this tournament so far. Keep in mind, it is game number 2 in day 1.
Terrifying weapon indeed. We turn our attention to other parts of the map for a brief moment before we come back here to RRQ Athena in the warehouse.
Ooh, somebody got knocked out there through an explosion.
That's one of the CPT guys getting hit through maybe the red zone.
Yep, and Wildcard now in that car trying to get out of here.
South George Crates is their preferred drop spot, so they did go after it. They did loot it up successfully, and as you can see, rocking level 3 vest coming out of the South George Crates, looking like a successful looting run.
And that zone still pretty much staying there towards the middle. So whoever landed Pachinki, Team Terror is currently on a great spot. They don't really have to push anything unless RRQ decides to go ahead and push them. That's the only time they're going to go ahead and see engagement. And talking about it, Amit once again knocks down somebody with that VSS.
Great shots from Amit over from Team Terror. Nice job to him. We've also got Team Big Russian Bot and BTR getting ready to square off here. Again, Luxy and company down to Zuxi. They have missing one of their players. He got knocked out of the buggy on the top of that mountain by GT Doyi. And here we go. We're gonna stare at each other from the compounds here as the zone closes in. One thing I saw on the map as we kind of saw that picture just a moment ago was Evos had already left Yasnaya and left Cloud9 behind. Cloud9's currently rotating in, but Evos had left way before them and established position early. So that's one tactic we need to keep an eye on moving forward.
Something you definitely see a lot there from the teams. And I see Full Send Fandy going down there. But right now we're focusing on RRQ and the Terror team. As they're going to go ahead and see their car, more than likely they're going to go ahead and just try to blow out the tires, or if not, blow out the car. Interesting plays there by the Terror as they decided not to go ahead and engage. And look at this, RRQ playing super smart, getting a lot of different angles as G9 has now go ahead and move a little bit more towards Pachinki, but somebody from RRQ does get taken out there with the DP28, and that angle is going to be amazing if he's able to go ahead and get this knock.
And here we go, C9 rolling up on the scene with BRT. They're receiving a lot of shots, and they decide to keep on moving.
They're just driving by, trying to see what they can hear. Ooh, okay, all right, getting fancy there. Calm down.
Yeah, Kodo, that's not going to land more often than not, just a friendly tip. We also have Illuminate getting a knock there on CPT.
A lot of shots, Cloud9 just trying to figure out where the heck are they going to go. Ooh, they're going to actually go ahead and engage here.
Oh, boy. This is trouble. LH is going to tear them up.
Illuminate, they're currently between two great teams. More than likely, they're just going to go and continue. And here we go, LH starts
and there it is, LH taking down Carnage. Another member of Cloud9 down early.
Cloud9 getting too cocky there, going between LH and Illuminate, and it hurts them. It hurts them big time.
Driving by some of these compounds that are occupied, you don't quite get the free pass that you got in earlier tournament rounds. These guys are legit. You don't just get a drive-by for free without losing somebody out of the vehicle.
Yep, and they're definitely not used to playing this team, so more than likely they're still adjusting to everything. They're seeing those shots. I'm just amazed by the accuracy on with these players.
I mean, you gotta love that full auto 6 times from range on a moving target and still able to secure the kill.
Poor Carnage. Do me a favor, spam me some rips in the chat for Carnage, as now Cloud9 is starting to go ahead and move. They pretty much decided, you know what, let's go ahead and not use the vehicles anymore. It didn't work out for us, so let's just go ahead and start working our way around through the bushes.
Look at this. I mean, this is really interesting. The zone is very large still as far as the play zone. There's nobody in the play zone right now or anywhere near it. They're all in the safety zone. So this is really interesting. And then we also have
a shark.
A little bit of an adventure here from Sam.
We definitely have a shark there by Sam. I don't know how he landed there, but GameStars is going to go ahead and run here into Team Japan. Are they going to go ahead and continue going? Here comes the shots. They decide to just go ahead and continue going as Team Japan is starting to rain down the shots on GameStars.
Oh, they got
Their car
lucky.
is smoking. They have to watch
They're
out.
not out
That
of
car
trouble
could
yet.
get blown
Look at
up.
this. Oh, and they're driving right into Torty. This is trouble. Big Russian bot's not going to let them get away.
GameStars just pulls up behind. They're going to go ahead and try to go inside a building. There you go. Somebody gets knocked down.
Pyra knocked out of the car. Oh, this is trouble. Everfury gets knocked.
Oh my goodness. Bad placing there by GameStars. Now they're going to go ahead and start getting finished.
Oh, this is trouble for GameStars. They had absolutely no chance rolling up on these guys with no health left on their cars. Sute trying to come in for the rescue. Hits the compound aggressively. He's going to immediately hop in. He's going to try to save the day once again for his squad. He knows they're here. The car's parked inside, and he's got help arriving. Angry rolls up and gets knocked immediately. Luxy takes him down.
Bad luck there by GameStars. A lot of their teammates got knocked down, and it seemed like pretty much support came in too late. Little too late. And now Sute trying to knock people down. Sute gets taken out. Ladies and gentlemen, GameStars gets taken out.
GameStars, the first team eliminated here in round number 2. That's not the performance they were hoping for. Definitely missing some of the positioning that Beowulf offered.
Definitely. Wow, that DP28 there came in handy as we do have GG.
This is something that you never saw from GameStars prior to this tournament, was getting caught in rotation. Never happened before, and this is something that they're going to have to get used to, I think, this tournament.
And I wonder if it comes down to just maybe Beowulf not being there or what happened, or maybe just bad luck. You know, sometimes it does happen in this type of games, but that is definitely, we never seen them getting eliminated that early.
Look at these guys hiding in the bushes. We got GG Gamers out here getting ready to take on Arab Madness, and these guys both from the Middle East. This is a battle for supremacy here. Saudi Arabia versus Kuwait.
That new zone there, pretty much just going
southeast.
Southeast.
This is a brutal one.
And Sam is still in the water. He's pretty much having to work his way all the way around. He might even have to go all the way towards the bridge.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about this zone is a third of it is in the water and not playable. So this is actually quite a small zone for 68 players left alive, 19 teams still left in it. And they've got, you know, limited space to work with here. So it's key to rotate early, to grab that position and try to defend it with all their might.
And they actually go ahead and decide to start shooting. Interesting plays there by them. They pretty much just gave away their positioning, and they're not even inside the zone. They do have a car very nearby. Ooh, smart plays there by them, actually. As that, I wasn't able to notice that they had a UAC right next to them.
They're ready to bounce out of there and pursue, and it looks like Arab Madness, the other part of their team, stayed behind. So this is really interesting here. You see them drive over the Gatka ditches without any concern, just hitting that boost button, they're good to go. Now we see Wildcard coming in. Oh, no! Wildcard gets destroyed. Hot Jukes and Seagut cannot buy a break, but again, you do not drive by LH Doyu. They did not know they were there, but LH Doyu just absolutely destroying people left and right as they drive by their compound.
We saw it early there with Cloud9, and look at this. Illuminate is right next to Team Japan. He is waiting patiently, and
SX getting knocked.
He's got to watch out. Evo is currently getting knocked. Outsider gets knocked as well from LHW. Gotta be careful there. Now there's just one player left. Lucifer is left.
He's got nowhere to go. This is gonna be unfortunate. Outsider gets finished by Doyu. It looks like Evo's going down real early. BTR is taking it to him.
And Nanatu just pretty much waiting patiently. He notices Lucifer is over there.
Japan sees him and he's trying to take him down. Is he gonna shoot?
I don't think he's gonna try to shoot.
He lost him. I don't know what he was doing there.
Oh, he heard those shots.
Oh, look at the finish there. X getting taken out.
Illuminate hearing those shots pass by, and actually somebody get exploded pretty much. Oh, this is smart plays there by him. They're just blowing up those tires. They're saying, if you're gonna jump out there, you are gonna go ahead and get stuck there. You're not going anywhere, sir.
Oh, this is trouble for Evos. They are down to one player. They've gotten them back up. It looks like they're sitting with 2 right now. But again, there's still 18 teams on the board. They do not want to follow up a first place going out early like this.
And look at this, BRK now getting into some action, ladies and gentlemen, against the Terror team from India. The Terror team from India currently in a great spot as they do have the height advantage.
Down as well. Look at that. The Arab Madness team takes out C9 Sam. Sam has been eliminated from the game.
And Sam was swimming there for a very long time. Interesting place here by Terror as they decided not to go ahead and push, even though they had 2 players and somebody from BRK was down. You might go ahead and cost him here. You want to go ahead and push. There you go. He's able to go ahead and take one out a mid with the great shots with the UMP. Is he going to go ahead and try to push here, ladies and gentlemen? He's waiting patiently. He actually needs to go ahead and heal up himself. And Baraka's going to go ahead and throw a grenade right behind them.
Wow,
Ooh.
just a little bit short there. Wonderful attempt there from Baraka. Didn't quite get the finish. But Sakria getting the hit on Caviera over on the other side. So now Baraka and his squad are really in trouble. It's going to come down to him trying to get up Zod.
Once again, interesting decisions here by Team Terror as they decide not to push right away when somebody is down. They're actually moving away from the action.
Terror has a habit of, really kind of securing an advantageous position and then retreating. They're not an aggressive team at all. They're concerned more with staying alive rather than trying to finish off their opponents.
And I wonder if that's going to hurt them because now we have seen if they actually are on the aggressive, it works for them. So I wonder if they're going to go ahead and start noticing that and just start playing a little bit more aggressive there for the team from India. And look at this. Oh, that shot there by Hero. Ooh, my goodness.
Doc, one of the only players in the tournament that prefers a bolt-action sniper rifle. He likes the M24 and the AWM. Other than that, every other player here prefers an assault rifle or a DMR.
And Team Terror here just pretty much getting mowed down.
CPT
as they're trying to get out of that zone, and that was just a bad spot. Now we know why they were running. They were outside this zone, and that more than likely, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go ahead and be there by Team Terror as they get
down
taken
and
out.
Team Terror goes out. Unfortunate. CPT, the lovable penguins from China, they do get the victory there on Team Terror, and unfortunately for Team Terror, they're going to have to try to do better next game. But CPT will move on. It looks like Korea winner Chicken Dinner is getting into the action, taking out one of the Doyu players. But Doyu says, nah, we're going to come right back. And, oh, wow,
and check
third
out
party.
Baraka right here, right next to him. He accidentally shoots to give his position away. Baraka just, for some reason, accidentally shoots and just gives his position away, which pretty much got him
instantly
killed.
punished.
My gosh, you gotta watch out for that. He could have been able to go ahead and take out another player there, or maybe a full squad if possible. But just that one little shot was a warning shot, and it was downhill from there.
There's an interesting fight brewing on another part of the map. I'm really hoping we can take a look at it. The two Doyu squads are going at it right now. We've got Zod K trying to make his way to the zone. He's getting low on health.
He's going to be able to make it. BRK still has 2 players alive. More than likely, this man is going to try to heal up and then work his way around. And look at this, LHW against KWCD. How is this going to go ahead and work out? As somebody from KWCD pretty much just
look at that
knocked down.
Jiminy Christmas. Ace just absolutely slaying here. Look at them using the clips to their advantage. Now, if he jumps off there, he might have a hard time getting back up. So that could be a play that saves him for now, but perhaps later on he's going to be in trouble if that zone does shift.
And he decided to jump up there to pick up his teammate. So I wonder if that's going to be a good decision or if it would have been better just to sacrifice him. But from what I'm seeing here, they don't want to go ahead and sacrifice anybody. And Hero here just trying to pick up his teammate. More than likely, he's going to be able to, as he does have another team here currently pulling up. Illuminate just passes by him briefly.
Wow, we've got a lot of teams using smokes right now to cover them. We've got Kodo in the background driving by from Cloud9. Everybody trying to make their way and grab a spot in the circle. Once again, very open territory and the only buildings left in it, well, once again, occupied by GT Doyu.
GT Doyu and LH Doyu there with the great showing in game 1. Look at this, RRQ now is starting to push the action a little bit more, but Torte is just waiting patiently. He does have an AKM and an extended mag, so that right there alone, it is full of bullets that are can be quite deadly for even a full squad.
GT Doyu just knocked out Kato with the grenade, and that's going to do it for Cloud9. So unfortunate, another disappointing finish for them. It looks like Rolex is knocked out here as well. So C9 goes out 15th this time.
15. Kodo and Rolex there gets taken out, and LH Doyu with the Car 98 shot. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because the zone is starting to close in, and this action is about to get started.
Korea winner Chicken Dinner is over on that side trying to get in. LHDU holding them off, but now we shift our focus to the big Russian bot team taking on Arab Madness here with RRQ Athena off on the sideline. Just spectating a little bit, seeing what they can pick off here. It's a 3-way standoff here. at the compound above farm.
Definitely, and it seems like RRQ, Athena there, and his team is just waiting patiently. They want to go ahead and see more people get knocked down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They do have to watch out, though, because they're currently not inside the safe zone, and the safe zone is starting to move. And look at Lucifer right here. Oh, my goodness. This could not be any worse for Wildcard and Lucifer right there. As he's out in the middle of the open, he does have those smoke grenades. He could use them to his advantage and start backing up. Torti pretty much using the M4, trying to figure out where everybody's at. Team 13 currently just waiting patiently. When are they going to go ahead and start to push big Russian bots?
You got Wildcard Lucifer hanging out in the sticks, just trying to buy himself a little time, trying to get up that leaderboard for the placement points. You know you're not going to be able to kill a whole lot with just one player, so he's trying to do his best he can to get that Wildcard team from North America up the leaderboard. And as we can see here, Galaxy from Samsung still in it, and they're still rocking 4 members.
And Lucifer gets spotted there. They're not able to hit the shot.
RRQ has to watch out. God! Look at that.
RRQ gets absolutely blown up there, and Lucifer also gets taken now as Galaxy decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and push the action there. And look at this, LHW has to watch out for this because there's a lot of people currently near that water edge.
A crazy zone. Look at this position right now. You got people up the cliff, down the cliff, around the cliff, on top. They have no idea where each other are, but they're rotating around. They're going to meet up here in any moment.
And Illuminate being able to go ahead and take out Galaxy on the kill fit. BTR also taking somebody out there from LHW. Is he going to be able to pick him up? He might not be able to. He wants to go ahead and sacrifice his teammate. He knows the zone is coming. Interesting place here, Biomatch. LHW does have the high ground. Are they going to be able to go ahead and finish off their BTR?
LHW in a great position here. They do have a slight berm just off of their side that's protecting them from the main part of the map. But they are trying to hold court on top here and take these people out that are down on the bottom. Evo's taking a look at Illuminate, swimming around in the water, and he knows he's got people at his back.
LHW getting spotted there by Evo. Somebody, I believe Evo was able to go ahead and take out somebody there from LHW. LHW gets taken out there by Evo's Bull Shark.
And that's going to do it for LHW. They are down. Evo's taking them down. Evo's will move on from this engagement, and now they're on top of yet another team. But do they know they're there? Do they think it was just LHW? There's multiple squads in this cliff.
They pretty much have to go ahead and wait for any type of sound to happen. You do not want to do what a teammate did earlier. Oh,
he didn't know he was there. He didn't know he was there. BTR able to take the element of surprise. And look at that. Following up with a Molotov. If that lands, that player is gone. Bull Shark, is he on fire? It doesn't look like he connected with it, and JZ is going to come over to try to save him.
And look at this little sneaky play. He's able to go ahead and get all the way up there. He finds Evo's in the spot.
Great play there from BTR. Luxy avenging his brother, and he is able to secure the kills there and make sure that they survive the Evo's encounter.
And I tell you what, that is the first time that I've ever seen somebody scale that little mountain.
Same here. I did not know you could go up in that particular spot and learn something new every day. Illuminate still looking strong right now. We've also got Hero still in it. Hero improving their 19th spot position from last game. They're looking really good now on the top 6.
But look at this. They're once again, they're in the car. Luckily for them, nobody's shooting at them yet, but they have to watch out. You don't want to be in the car for too long. Did they learn from their mistakes earlier when they got blown up? And they actually roll up on 2 different teams here. Illuminate is just laying down here. Illuminate not even taking some shots. He's just waiting patiently.
Smart play, honestly. Look at this zone up on the mini-map. This is in the middle of nowhere. There's no cover. All open field. Hiding in bushes is what you're seeing happen right now. Kinris getting knocked by the zone potentially here. He's got to hurry. We've got Hero in a really, really jeopardizing position. They just drove over here. Unfortunately, they lost position, or they lost track of the zone and immediately had to backtrack, and they're finding themselves in trouble. Kinris does make it out, though.
And a player there from Illuminate just waiting patiently, trying to see if he can find some more heals. Healing up. He's trying to go for that spot. More than likely, he's going to be able to go ahead and finish some people off. Throwing those smoke grenades. Huge awareness there by him.
Wow, look at this play right now. He heals up. Did he get that off? It looks like he's smoking his way in, but unfortunately gets caught from the flank. Echo Gens is able to take him down. Illuminate. I don't know if he's going to get this off.
Oh, no!
He goes down to the zone, and we're down to the top 2 teams now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go ahead and be GTW. Are they going to be able to get
4 players
their first win?
Holding the only compound. Again, their position has been so strong both games so far this tournament. Again, commanding the ultimate last building and last compound in each of the zones. And they're going to try to get the win this time instead of falling short in second place.
And look at this. They're getting the cars nearby. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and use them. They're
making
using
a wall
them as a barrier. That is so smart there
Very
by
smart play.
GTW.
Snaking in here, CPT from China. Both of the teams in the final two Chinese teams. So again, the vaunted Chinese really bringing the play to back up their reputation.
They definitely have. We saw it firsthand there on that game 1, and we're seeing it again here on game number 2. As GTW is looking currently on a great spot. They're both currently inside the zone, and they're trying to figure out where everybody is at. There's no smokes on the ground, so that's not going to go ahead and give them much information either.
I think both teams are going to be content to wait here and see what the next zone does. Both have, they're holding right now. They're all out of sight of the enemy, no shots being fired. The next zone, though, is going to tell you if CPT is going to have to push this compound or if they're going to be able to lay in the field and wait while GTW has to go.
And look at that. GTW is actually going to have to go ahead and push CPT.
I like this all open field, and here comes the smokes. You're going to see things approach right now, and now you're going to see shots being fired. Looks like they're taking out some tires in the car potentially.
More than likely, CPT is going to go ahead and try to just take out those cars. And look at this. They're going to start snaking their way over there. The smokes, though, the smokes are just wonderful here. That cloud is amazing. Look at this. The whole area. I believe he was able to go ahead and see him there.
I love the fact that they brought up the car. I mean, that's just brilliant play. Look at this. He's going to go back and get the other one. They're going to have cover. They're going to have cover. They're going to be in the middle of this field. The smokes are going to subside, and they're going to be hiding behind cars. I mean, this is absolutely genius. Do they park it together, or will they get an angle here? They're going to choose the angle.
Push it forward. Wow, GTW with 200 IQ there as they start moving the cars. And look at this. You don't even know where anybody's going to come from with so many smokes on the ground right now.
Impressive play here from GTW. They're going to be grabbing angles on this team here. CPT hiding behind the tree, but it's all about who gets the first knock here. ACAN in trouble from GTW.
No knocks there yet as GT8 is very low. He does get taken out there by CPT Hand. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're now starting to engage. And look at that flank there by somebody from GTW. Is he going to be able to go ahead and find them? CPT Hand is able to go ahead and knock somebody down there as well.
Really unfortunate there. Ed goes down, but we do have a flank in the works right now. GT6 God here going at it, and he's able to get a kill, but it's all going to come down to him.
GTW,
oh
my gosh.
Second place finish. CPT wrapping up the top spot there with Illuminate coming in third place. Look at the kills from CPT. Are you kidding me? We are talking 22 kills for our top place finisher here. CPT is going to be shooting up the rankings to join their Chinese counterparts.
CPT definitely showing that they got what it takes. And GTW, once again, more than likely, we're going to be talking about this later on. Second place.
Hey, like I said, second place, if you can do that each and every game, you're going to be sitting real good at the end of this tournament. They got to feel good about that performance.
They definitely do, but more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and see. More than likely, now that they finished second place back-to-back, we're going to go ahead and see them change maybe just some tiny little things there towards the end and try to go for that first place. Because once you're that close, you definitely want to go ahead and finish first place.
Again, they got caught by the zone. Very last circle. They waited. The zone did not go their way, and they had to leave the safety of their compound that they established so early on in the game. They had to leave it. They had to approach a squad that already had position and didn't have to give up their position by moving. And unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them, even though they had the 200, maybe even 300 IQ plays to move out the vehicles inside the smoke and hide behind them.
Guys, China showing up big, and it's time and time again. CPT taking the win there with those 22 kills as well, racking up huge points. GTW second place once again, and you can really see that their game plans are well thought out, be it in compounds when they're spreading themselves across multiple buildings so that they've got coverage in the early game, towards the late game when they're creating their own kind of forts.
Really, really impressive stuff from GTW. Early rotations, establishing position, holding that position against many people that are driving by. The CPT team, again, finishing first place with an insane amount of kills this game. And again, very impressive, although going now a slight bit early this time, was LH able to take out anybody that drove past, was getting absolutely wrecked by that Chinese team. Those three teams, once again, stood out to me as the three really dangerous teams here in this tournament.
And not only that, they're also also getting the kills. They're not just getting the placing, they are also getting the kills. Teams from China are just showing up that they can play, baby.
Yeah, it's crazy because in a lot of other esports and here as well, for the most part, China is its own kind of microcosm that you don't really get to see too much of, and they kind of just play their own game and don't really get too influenced by the metas. And you can see that right now their meta looks very, very strong. Let's take a look at the highlights from game number 2, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
You can see them use that S-Pen there from the Galaxy Note 9, planning out their strategy there in Pochinki. Man, good stuff. You can see all the players up on the board. Again, BRK choosing to drop Watertown early on, forcing out Terra to move out. And this is where it all started for BTR, losing Zuxi early on.
And the Terror team there, taking somebody out there. As you mentioned, they should have thrown another grenade there and be a little bit more aggressive. We have seen them do great stuff when they're aggressive, and once they get passive, they just pretty much get taken out. But RRQ with a great movement there, as we see Team Fandy there just saying, oh no, baby, we got knocked.
Look at the aim and the recoil control here from Ace, taking out Carnage from distance here. Zute tried to be the hero. He really had no other choice, but unfortunately unable to save his squad. And the compound that he went adjacent to where the fight was, well, it was occupied by another squad.
Yeah, and game starts there. Pretty much just running up on a lot of squads. And then Wildcard, Seagut, and I believe it was Hot Jukes getting caught in the car. And once again,
look at all these explosions.
In the car.
I mean, this has been consistent each and every game so far. These cars driving by, there is no mercy. You drive by a compound, you drive by a squad, they have quick reactions, great aim, and they're just taking cars out left and right, so you gotta be careful.
And CPT just pretty much pushing forward there. He knew that there was only one person left, and he was able to finish that team for the win.
Great performance from all of the teams, especially those Chinese teams finishing at the top of the rankings. Really good stuff.
It's rare we get to see West meet East when it comes to PUBG Mobile so far, but in these first 2 games of the tournament, East has won out quite significantly against our Western teams.
Not only have they placed better, but the kills have been far superior. We'll take a look at that right now. Team kills ranking from this second round, as we mentioned, 24 kills. This is cumulative, it looks like. So CPT up to 24 kills, topping LH Doyu with 24. GT Doyu with 24. You guys notice a trend here?
I think I've seen a trend.
Yeah, that's a lot of kills in all 3 of those teams from China.
And that's only 2 games played. I can't believe it. After seeing how that has gone down, big Russian bot as well trying to catch on up here and with that 4th place position when it comes to those kill points. But overall, China is showing massive results.
That's just insane. All 3 of those teams just really hammering people every time they get near. A big shout out to Big Russian Bot as well. We haven't seen a ton of action from them, but obviously they're putting kills on the board and they're finishing consistently high. And again, the player kills ranking going to be reflecting the team kill rankings. I mean, it's all Chinese players up there.
GT Akan with 13 kills, LHW Ace with 9, LHW LCD with 9 kills, and CPT and so on forward. So you can see him definitely racking up those personal kills. More than likely, now he's going to get to the point where they're saying, you know what, I got more kills than you.
Bro, DGR from Russia there on the top of the board, or not on the top, but on the board with 5 kills. And same thing with Bull Shark from Thailand, also with 5 kills. Those 2 players, the only ones outside of Chinese players that are making that top kill list.
And here we got a matchup between CPT 762 and GT Akan. He was able to go ahead and get 8 kills in his squad, 22 as we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, and GT Akan getting 5 kills. Overall, he got 5 kills out of the 8 kills for his team. That's a pretty good carry.
He had a great carry going on there, pushing that final circle. Unfortunately, it was a battle between him and one of the CPT players, and he did not come out on top there. Ended up with low HP. He did get the CPT player pretty low, but unfortunately didn't work out for him.
And here are the round 2 standings. As you can see, CPT take the top spot there with a huge amount of points. 830 coming in from them from that first place spot. GT Doyu, once again, a second after second place means that they're racking up the points overall, but CPT might have just have trumped that first spot quite easily.
Crazy. Almost double the points, of the second place team. We're not talking teams down the leaderboard. They put a huge dent in what they're trying to do here at the Global Finals. Take a look at the bottom half of the standings here. Wildcard, Cloud9, Gangstars, all of them wanting to prove a little bit more from North America. We also seen Team Japan trying to climb their way up the leaderboard as well. Again, those guys all looking for some kills.
And overall, Seven, what are your estimations, really? Because North America came in as kind of one of the flagship kind of regions, obviously, but not the easiest time for them at all.
Definitely.
But you think they still have more potential than that?
Oh, definitely. Just a huge disappointing start. It happens sometimes, but we do have 3 days and a lot of games to play.
It's
so
still
more than likely,
very early.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and just try to, if anything, if they do bad in this first day, they can always go back to their hotels and, you know what, just address certain issues and just come back the second day and the third day. As we saw Wildcard actually on the ANA finals, we didn't see them do that good there on day 1. And on day 2, they pretty much just pushed everything,
Multiple
got a lot of kills.
and right up the rankings.
As long as you get the kills and the wins, even at this stage, you can definitely get up there quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time now to head over to the stage as Valdez is ready once again with our winning team of round number 2. Thank you, Calaris, as always. And we are here with CPT 762 after he did win that matchup with his team. So we're going to interview him and ask him a couple of questions. So first question I have for him is 2 Thai teams, 1 in a row, but now finally a Chinese team has come in and broken the streak. So how does it feel to win for China and for your team?
上2轮都是泰国队赢了，现在身为那个中国队，知道自己有什么感受吗？
身为中国队的第一击的话，感觉还是心情蛮不错的。
As a member of the Chinese team, we feel pretty good at heart.
Okay, that's good to hear. And second question I have is, all of the Chinese teams here so far tonight are getting so many kills, but CPT is also included in that, getting 22 kills in the last round. It's unbelievable. So I was just wondering, what is your guys' secret for getting so many kills every round?
击败了这么多人，有什么秘密吗？
没什么秘密吧，可能就是运气好了一点。
There really isn't any secret. It's just that they're good at playing.
Okay, well, I guess that's all you need to be. You just need to be good and you'll get a bunch of kills. So thank you for that. Give a round of applause for 762 and CPT for getting that win here tonight. And you guys can go down off the stage, as we will have another event for you guys. As you may have guessed here, we're going to be giving out some more giveaways, some more gift cards. This time I don't have them in my hand, but we will be showing them up on the screen one by one. So make sure you take out your tickets. It's kind of like a raffle. If it matches with your ticket, then we can, just go over to the side, show your ticket to the staff, and you can receive a gift card as well. So let's start showing the tickets up on the screen. How about ticket number 1? Look at those tickets up on screen. Eventually, there we go. Okay, first ticket, 1452. If that's you, go find a staff member and collect your prize. And how about we reveal ticket number 2? (0476). If that's you, likewise, go over to the side and show a staff member and pick up that gift card. And on to ticket number 3. There we go, 0082. If you're number 82 in the audience, go collect that gift card as well. Now let's reveal ticket number 4. 469. Go ahead and pick up that gift card if that is you. Let's reveal ticket number 5. 1673. 1673. Likewise, if that's you, go pick up your gift card and feel happy about your day. Let's reveal ticket number 6. 633. 633. If that's you guys, go pick up your gift card. Now ticket number 7. 1292. 1292. Go ahead and pick up your gift card.
lucky winner. On to ticket number 3, or 8. 1078. 1078. That is ticket number 8. If that's you, also pick up your lucky gift card. On to ticket number 9. Just 2 tickets remaining. 970. 970. Go ahead and grab your lucky win. And for our final ticket, ticket number 10, who's it gonna be? 1686. If that's you, as I've been saying, go pick up your gift card and feel lucky about your day. So, hope you guys enjoyed that event. Don't go anywhere though, because we are going to have another fantastic event where one lucky winner is going to get a pretty huge prize. I'm not gonna spoil it just yet, but just definitely stay tuned. After the next match, we'll be giving that one away. But until then, we're gonna have another little break, so stay tuned until then. We'll see you then.
PUBG! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at? Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠습니다.
Saya suka
PUBG Mobile! PUBG Mobile!
Thailand number one
นี่ก็รู้สึกตื่นเต้นแล้วก็รู้สึกดีที่ได้เป็นตัวแทนประเทศไทย
เป้าหมายก็แค่ที่ 1 ของโลกครับตอนนี้เพราะว่าไม่อยากเป็นที่ 2 กับที่ 3 ครับที่ 2 ที่ 3 โลกไม่จำครับก็เลยต้องเอาแต่ที่ 1 ประมาณนั้นเลยเรามาเพื่อเอาที่1อยู่แล้วครับไม่ได้มองที่ 2 ที่ 3เลย
มีเป้าหมายมาเป็นที่ 1 โลกอยู่แล้ว
PMSC Fighting
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it.
CPT puts a capital W on the scoreboard here as we get done with round number 2, and what a win it was. 22 kills to boot, and really representing China very, very well.
I cannot believe how even the teams are in the rankings right now as far as the total number of kills, the same exact amount for each Chinese team. And again, they're far and away ahead of everyone else. I believe more than double every other team.
Definitely. China just showing up and pretty much just doing some insane plays in their accuracy too. I was just talking to some of the teams and they were telling me that at one point, pretty much 4 of their tires just got blown out and they didn't know how it happened. Insane accuracy for mobile.
Yeah, very, very scary, and a lot of these teams are going to have to step up if they want to compete with our Chinese teams so far. However, we're only 2 games in. Of course, we have 10 more games to go across these next 3 days, which is very, very exciting indeed. But beyond that, something that I wanted to kind of point out from our previous game was all that cliff fighting. It's not often you actually see that go down, but when it does, it gets a bit messy, a bit scrappy, and LH was actually one of the teams that got punished by all of that.
They really did. GT Doyu secured the compound that was available, and then after that, it was like, well, do we really want to crash this with 12 teams left remaining? Let's go try to find somewhere on the outskirts, maybe on the cliff side, but it seems like a lot